Okay. So once it comes up live, okay. What the heck am I? What the? All right, come on. All right, you still, and it shows you're streaming now, right? And you made sure that when you set it up though, you had to make sure it was public, right? In that settings, there's a place when you first start it, it has to make sure it's public and not private. I don't see
I don't
anything.
know. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I got it. I got it.
Well,
It was on the, I got it here. Let me
yeah,
make
I
sure.
got it too, but it's yeah.
But do you have volume coming through? Do you have it coming through your speakers? Yeah. The big speakers? Does it show the volume going up on the bumpers over on the OBS? Now you can. Okay, no, you're gonna have to. Okay, it should have it in the space there. I had it all set up to where it would capture the audio on OBS. Yes. Okay, you can unmute the audio input. Okay, you can, but you can't do both of them. Okay. Okay. All right. So it does say we're live. Oh, okay. I don't hear it. Okay. I'm gonna come down there. Hold on.
Yeah, you can look. You can hear us on there.
You can.
You can hear us.
Oh,
No, you can hear me and you.
oh, you do you have it muted?
Thank you.
You're watching live from Irwin Lee Field, the home of your Navarro Panthers in Geronimo, Texas, where tonight the Navarro Panthers take on the Canyon Lake Hawks. Stay tuned for Panther Football pregame show next. You're watching Panther Football on the Navarro Panther Network. So is that welcome to Geronimo, Texas. here on the Irwin Lee football field here. Sorry about that. We're having a little technical difficulties tonight, but we are here ready for some Navarro Panther football here in 2024. It is hotter than a chainsaw at a pawn shop. 96 degrees tonight. Winds out of the south. Feels like 101, and hopefully this will be the hottest game of the year. Your Navarro Panthers 1-1, coming off a loss at Antonio last week. The Apaches beat our Navarro Panthers 35-14. Navarro picked up a win in week 1, although here at home versus Floresville with the same score, 35-14. But tonight we are looking, and the Canyon Lake Hawks come into town. Hadn't played the Canyon Lake Hawks in quite some time. Used to run the slot T. The new coach is Sam Parker. Sam Parker has replaced Charlie Drum. Charlie Drum was around for 12 seasons there. But the new coach, Coach Parker, came from Tomball Memorial, and he brings in a new spread-style offense for the Canyon Lake Hawks tonight. So, should be a good football game. We expect it to cool down here a little bit once the sun goes down. Not a lot of wind here tonight at the stadium, but so that doesn't bode well for the Panthers going against a highly potent passing team in the Canyon Lake Hawks. But my name's Lance Blackburn. I'll be doing your play-by-play. I'm joined by Hank Dieter. Hank is down at the truck at the current moment. He's going to do our color, and he'll be back here in the booth here shortly. But jumping into pregame, let's go and recap a little bit last week. The Panthers went on the road down to San Antonio, and it was a rough night for the Panthers. Panthers lost the turnover battle to the Apaches. And the Apache running back ran for 262 yards. He's quite a nice little player, and they had some big receivers that hurt the Panthers through the air. The key tonight will be for the Panthers to stop that run, but we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a moment. There we go. Here's Hank. Hank just came in to the booth. Hank Dieter, I'm joined here tonight. Hank, how you doing? Oh, well, maybe.
Well, I grabbed the wrong headset, so
Okay.
apologize.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. You grabbed Scott Kibbe's headset, right?
Yeah, and it was turned off by chance. So
Yeah, no doubt. But we're just talking a little bit about the Panthers and the game last week. And, I went back and rewatched the game, obviously this past week. And, the Apaches' possessions really hurt us. And, the defense, and we'll talk a little bit more about this tonight, but the Panther defense got to play a little better tonight.
right.
They ended up scoring. The Apaches had the ball 8 times, and they scored on basically 5 out of his 6 possessions. And they did it through the air. They did it running the football. I mentioned 262 yards. But we will see what happens tonight.
Right.
With the Panther defense. They're going to have to play much better tonight if they expect to get a win.
Well, the Panthers, what they have done is been able to move the ball. We saw them move the ball.
They did.
And we've got to continue that.
They did.
We got
They
to
did. The Panther offense, they moved the ball very well last week. What they did, they missed a little bit, was the big play, right? And I think I mentioned this on the broadcast here a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was last week, but teams that have big chunk play yardage, 40 yards or plus on offense, if they have one or more of those, or one or more than their opposition, they win 60% of the time. And if they have 2 or more, they win 80% of the time.
I love that stat.
So, and that held true last week with the Panther offense. We were moving the football, but we had a couple of costly fumbles there in the Apache territory, which proved to be costly, because not so much turning the ball over to giving it back to them, but it was missing the opportunity of either getting a touchdown or a score. So let's talk a little bit about the Canyon Lake Hawks. The Canyon Lake Hawks come in 1-1. The first game they lost to their arch rival, the Battle of the Backbone over there in the Hill Country. The Wimberley Texans beat them 46-0. They were on the road, and then last week the Hawks rebounded against Austin Crockett 56-0. So I'm not gonna say too much about Austin Crockett, but I'm not sure you can tell much about that football game.
Right.
But as I mentioned earlier, they do have a new coach. The Hawks returned 7 starters on offense and 7 starters on defense, and but they're coming off a 2-8 year, missed the playoffs, and they were 1-4 in district. So, which is rare because Canyon Lake football has traditionally been pretty good. In the past, if you go back, they were 7-4, 6-4. They've been a pretty good ball club, and they went pretty deep in the playoffs 2 years ago, back in 22. They had a couple of the Anderson twins,
Right.
good baseball players, and so they've got. I would say the Panthers got their work cut out. Canyon Lake traditionally has some big kids. They have big boys. They're well fed. They come out of the hills. I don't know where they find them, but yeah, they usually have some big linemen. Physical team. They used to run the slot T for 12 years, just like we do, and so well familiar with that. But guys to look at, for the Canyon Lake Hawks, if you're a Panther fan. They do have a quarterback, 5'11", 6'5", number 5, Jace Wheeler. Jace is a younger quarterback, and he sometimes shows a little bit of lack of experience, but he loves to throw the ball, throw it up, get one-on-one combinations with his big receivers. He's got a couple of really tall receivers. Number 8, Ryder Hopper. He's 6'4", and then on the other side, they've got the senior Carter Williams, number 4. He's 6'3", and he loves to run that deep route one-on-one and catch those. They also got a couple of quick guys in the slot, and of course their offensive line is pretty big. So from left tackle back to right tackle, 215, 230, 300 pounds at center, 240 and 270. They like to run behind number 75, Caden Toon, biggest lineman, and they like to use him to pull the ball as well. So anyways, that's kind of recaps a little bit about the Canyon Lake offense. If you want to jump over to the Canyon Lake defense, they usually run a 3-4 defense. But against us, I'm assuming they're probably going to pull a couple of those backers up and move them up to run basically a 5-4-2 against the slot T. But some highlights on the D line. Watch the number 2, Ryan Appelt. He's a senior. He's 6 foot 205. He's a D end. He's probably arguably their best D lineman that they've got. He's got a quick twitch. Sorry about that. And man, he is looks like a nice, good first step. So he gets off the ball quick, and he's a tough, just like I mentioned, a tough ball player there. Takes on double teams well. We probably need to wear him down quite a bit. He's going to be basically head on with Cade Pugh tonight, the senior, and one of the best Panther linemen that we have. At linebacker position, they're pretty stocked. Watch number 15, Urist Jr. He's 175 pounds. He's a real athletic backer. He's really assignment. And when I watched him on tape as well, he's disciplined with his reads. He does his run fits very, very well. And he's a kid to watch. Number 10, Michael Anderson, his senior, 5'10", 195, inside backer. Man, he brings it every single play. Not scared of contact, and we're really going to have to watch him because this is his type of football game going up against a slot T offense. In the secondary, watch number 0, and Harris Gillum. He's a senior. 5'10", 165, probably, out of a lot of people's opinion, the best athlete on the team. He plays both ways, as you would if you were the best athlete on the team, but he's going to be good in coverage. And then, of course, Carter Williams, number 4, he also plays receiver. So another solid-looking athlete, great in coverage, and also plays on the other side of the ball. I mentioned him at wide receiver. So anyways, if we look here, we're probably going to bring in now. I'm going to go to the box here and find Scott Kibbe. So get Scott to come in here. Hank's down in the truck, but I'm going to bring in Scott, do a little fun facts, and maybe we'll chat it up to get his thoughts on the game as well. Just give him a couple minutes to grab that. All right. Are you, hang on, actually, let's see. I don't hear you, so. I know one of these was off. Oh, grab that one, maybe. Sorry, guys. We're playing.
Got me now?
Got you now.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Scott Kibbe here from the Seguin Gazette is in here for the fun fact, and we'll go with some stats and predictions for the game tonight.
All right. Tonight, just really going to talk about the renewal of this series.
Okay.
As I mentioned, they played 4 times before 2010 to 2013. Panthers winning 3 of the 4, but there were 2 of them that were very memorable.
Okay.
To me in that series, that was the first 2. First game district game the Panthers ever played at this level, what is now 4A, was in 3A. Was in 2010, they went to Canyon Lake, and one of the best dominant performances by a slot T team against a good football team was that night, and the Panthers just rolled over them. I want to say had over 500 rushing yards and 3 passing yards.
Okay. Okay.
So then 2011 game played here. Canyon Lake won that game. It was 41-26. But that's the night that you will remember the lights went out for, I won't say 30 minutes maybe, and just a little bit into the game. It was just dark, and while they worked on them, and
right.
Unfortunately, lights came back on, and Canyon Lake got the win. But other 2 in the series, 2012 and 2013, were blowouts for the Panthers. But it's good to see these teams playing again, not that far apart. And we'll look forward to going up there next year. That's one of the prettiest drives in Texas is out there to Fisher. So.
Yeah, that's fun. I know these schools used to be about the same size. I know you remember that, and
they were. That's before they divided them.
Right.
That's when Canyon Lake went to a different district along with Fredericksburg and Bernie.
Right.
And at that time, Bandera came back down. But it's they once that division took place, a lot of things changed. I guess.
They exploded in growth, and we're going to catch them here probably pretty quick. But yeah, no, that's good times. Canyon Lake Hawks here in town tonight. And what are your thoughts on the game tonight, Scott?
I think it's a very important one for the Panthers. I think they've get that bad taste out of their mouth from last week. They're coming into 2 very tough weeks, the next 2, with district starting in 2 weeks. I think you got to do some things to get some confidence. Get some confidence in that offense, getting back in the rhythm. Moved the ball last week, and just those turnovers and then the holding penalty in the second half just killed them. And so it's trying to execute that offense better. And should not be a great offense in Canyon Lake that they're facing this week. I think it's going to be good offenses last week. So it's a test. Can they build a little confidence? Can they have a really strong performance? And we'll see. We'll learn a lot tonight.
We will.
Well, wow.
All right. Well, Hank, you're
running up and down. I'm back here. Now, Scott, we can see your articles in the Seguin Gazette on Wednesdays for the preview and Sundays for the highlights of the game and a recap of the game.
Correct.
Is that correct? All right, man. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. We'll see you. All right. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we are back, and great analysis. Love to see Canyon Lake coming back and getting the somewhat of a rival renewed. Hank, you probably remember those days when we played Canyon Lake back in the day.
Oh yeah, oh God! And they were in our district. Remember Canyon Lake, Bernie?
Yep.
And you had the Hill Country bunch. Fredericksburg was in there as well, and Wimberley on and off. It's
Yeah.
like with Wimberley, we had sometimes in our district, something not, but most of the time we've played Wimberley probably since 2010.
Yes.
One time or another. We may only skip 2 years in between, but
Right.
I don't think so. I think
Right.
we were,
No.
if I remember, ever since 2010, it's been
Right.
solid with Wimberley. But tonight, Canyon Lake Hawks, I still think that they're a team that we may have to watch out for because they're only getting better. And that's why we got to, worry about this.
Yeah, and I'm glad we're playing them this week because I was telling somebody, they've got a new coaching staff, and I'm glad we're not playing them in about 3 weeks. Because it seems like they're getting better. They've got talent, and they've got some big boys on the line, and they've got some speed there. And if it's the Canyon Lake at the old, they would hit you.
Oh yeah,
right. And
you're exactly right.
And so the Panthers will have their hands full with the Hawks tonight. So,
well, yeah, and I mean, when you look at, I'm going to try to get up on the screen if we have the overlay 2 come up, and we'll look at a full formation with this overlay 2 we have. And hopefully it'll come up there.
And while you're pulling that up, I'll give you.
Yeah, we lost our camera, so.
So passing, give a couple passing stats or individual stats here for the Panthers. The Hawks come out on the field. They are wearing their white, and they are in the icy whites tonight.
Right.
They've got the white helmets, the white jerseys with the green lettering, numbers, and white pants. Black shoes for the most part, and we're now waiting on our Navarro Panthers to come out. But for the season, Peyton Helford, 3 of 9, 1 interception, 103 yards, 1 TD. He's percentage-wise 33% completion percentage. Rushing stats, what most people here around here care about, is the Panthers have rushed for 569 yards for 5.7 yards average. Their opposition is at 5.8 yards for average per play. But the Panthers' leading rusher is Dylan Trotty, 20 carries, 198 yards, and a touchdown. And here come your Panthers. The Panthers have brought out, a couple weeks ago, they had the white pants on. Tonight, they will wear the black pants. And they've got the purple helmet with the N, purple jerseys with the gold numbers, and black pants. Cohen Blunt, to continue our rushing stats, Cohen Blunt, 33 rushes, 186 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Peyton Helford, the quarterback, sophomore, 15 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown. Panthers have attempted no field goals on the season, and neither have their opponents, but they've converted 2 of 3 2-point conversions, gotten 2 interceptions, blocked a punt and returned 1, which was a great play from last week for the Panthers. Matt Villanueva, 27-yard touchdown return. And then receiving for the Panthers, Ethan Borchardt, 1 for 44. Cohen Blunt, 1 for 34. Or I'm sorry, Borchardt for 1 for 44. Blunt, 1 for 34 and a touchdown. And Trotty, 1 for 25. The 3 completions on the year. So we'll get this headed off. Your captains tonight for the Navarro Panthers, number 9, Caden Guerra, number 52, Cade Pugh, number 55, Craig Hyman, and number 64, Ian Garcia. For the Hawks, you've got number 33. Number 33 is Eli Hammonds. Number 75, big offensive lineman, Caden Toon. Number 2, Rylan Appel. And lastly, number 9, Wyan Roberts.
Representing the barrel, number 9, Cade Guerra, number 52, Cade Pugh, number 55, Craig Hyman, and number 64, Ian Garcia.
Oh, that was Dave Shinneman, the PA announcer that you hear. It's like he's been here, 30-something years? Yeah, hey, almost as long as Scott Kibbe, 53 years.
We installed a new speaker system here at the stadium, and I'm sure you'll probably hear it over us tonight. It's quite loud.
Boy, is it, right?
And you can hear it. You can probably hear it down there at the grain bin.
And all the way to Matador Stadium, I think, as well.
Right. In each direction.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. So
So Canyon Lake wins the toss, defers, and the Panthers will receive the football tonight. So here we go, Hank. You want to go quick keys to the game?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and put your keys up first if we got them up here, and they should be coming up. There they are.
All right. My big key to the game is stop the run. We got to stop the run. Everything stops with the run. You know, when the offensive coordinator has. Well, let's go to the national anthem here.
All right, well, I'll go right back with
And
your
I'll-
keys.
All right, we're back. We're ready for kickoff, Hank. It is hotter than a chainsaw in a pawn shop.
Well, my pawn shop doesn't have AC either, so and it's pretty hot. Here's your keys.
Yeah, stop the run. We got to stop the run tonight here. That opens up, a lot of things for the other team offensively. So stop the run. Be effective in the passing game. For us, I think run good routes, make good throws, and then of course win the turnover battle. You see what happens last week when you lose the turnover battle. Hank, what about you?
Well, I had real quick before I have to leave here. Real quick, shore up the tackling. Don't put the ball on the ground, and don't give up the big plays. And that's my big one tonight. So I'll be right back.
All right, back to receive for the Panthers. There we go, the patented Hank. Yell shout out here from Irvin Lee Field. You're watching Friday Night Football. My name is Lance Blackburn. I'm joined by Hank Diedrich. And the kickoff is back towards Dylan Trotty. Trotty receives fumbles and falls down just outside about the 11, 12-yard line. Hank, he would have had at least another 10 yards, right?
At least 10 yards. He would have got to 25 is what my best guess. But let's play Panther football. We're going to go right with the Panther starting offense. You'll see them fly up here as we have Peyton Helford, quarterback.
Peyton Helford comes out at quarterback, sophomore. You'll have fullback will be Cohen Blunt, number 8. Halfback, Caden Guerra, number 9, and Dylan Trotty at tailback, number 5. Swingman is Hannibal. Across the offensive line, you've got Cade Pugh, Hyman, Carlisle, Black, and Beltron. Hands it off up the middle. That's Cohen Blunt right up the middle, and he is fighting hard, but he is pulled down about a gain of 3.
So now the starting defense that I have listed here, I don't have their pictures, but we got their names listed there. And watch out for the linebackers of Anderson and Hammonds. They play in the middle, and they're tough.
Yes.
In the middle.
Yeah, I would say their backers are the strength of their group, for sure. So front 7 here for the Canyon Lake Hawks is formidable. So
Yeah,
good challenge and good test for the Panthers. Brings up 2nd and 7, ball out on the 14-yard line. Panthers break the huddle. Helford under center. Handoff this time off to the right side, and he's fighting. Ball pops out there at the end.
Yeah.
I think his knee was down.
Yeah, when he reached out, we might go ahead and have a replay on that one if we have it.
And that was Cohen Blunt once again here to the right side. So playing tough in there is number 44, Dalton Hodges on the D-line, junior for the Hawks. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for your Panthers.
And real quick, we did have a score last night. Gonzalez beats Marion 23-6. Wanted to point that out.
At Marion, right?
At Marion, Veteran Stadium. A rare Thursday night game there.
So referee whistle. Looks like it's going to be a false start against the Panthers. At least that's what the Hawks are saying. Let's see what the ref says. Yeah, the ref agrees. And so that'll back them up 5. That'll bring up 3rd and 10, and they will be backed up right about the 11-yard line. So what do you do here, Hank? You pull out a
Hey, I pull out, something like you talked about, be effective in a passing game. This is a passing down, but use your fullback. Yeah, we used them last week.
in the flat. Yeah, Cohen Blunt went on a 34-yard touchdown. Helford back to pass. He's under pressure. He throws it up, and he doesn't have a receiver.
Oh.
He's just thankful to get rid of the football, because in breathing down his neck was number 33, Eli Hammonds, the linebacker, 6'2", 195, was right in Helford's face.
Well, I wanted to tell you, I watched part of that game where Kenny Lake played Wimberley, and Wimberley did not make a series out of that one. They moved the ball a little bit, but Kenny Lake stopped them on the first series. So very similar effect. So let's hope the results are very much the same as that game.
So back to punt for your Panthers is Peyton Helford, the quarterback. He punts it up. To receive the punt is number 4, and that's Carter Williams, and he lets the ball bounce. The ball bounces. Nice punt there from Helford. Was standing about 2 yards in his end zone. He punts it out, and the Canyon Lake Hawks will start their first possession at the Panther 47-yard line.
And there's their starting lineup that we have listed, with Evenpool anchoring the line there.
So we talked a little bit about the quarterback, number 5, Jace Wheeler. And in the backfield is, we'll talk a little bit about him, as Lewis, and they do give it to Lewis, number 25.
Good job by Ian Garcia being right up the middle and stopping up the middle on Lewis. Great job there. But
Caden Lewis is a smaller back. He's quick, but the Panther defense was right there, and Panther defense has been gashed up the middle, so that was good to see here on the first possession. They handed it off, or fake it. No, they hand it to Lewis. Lewis has got a bunch of room, and he's out. He's got a first down out to the right side. Just a simple zone read to the outside handoff, and he picks up a first down.
so now they're going in an up-tempo type of beat, and, the Panthers just have to be patient and make sure to play assignment football. Don't let anybody behind you. Don't give up the big play.
That's right. Snap back. He rolls to his left this time. He gets the pass off. It's caught there by number 8, Ryder Hopper. Ryder Hopper's a 6'4" receiver, is a big target, Hank.
And Alex Leckwood, the junior, was right there to make the stop, only a gain of 3. And when you're a spread team, you like to see a lot more than that. But good job, a good tackle. That's what we're looking for. We want to shore up that tackling this week and don't let anybody go.
So that'll bring up, like Hank said, a 2nd and 7 from the Panther 33. Hands it to Lewis. It's up the middle. He's got a bunch of room. And again, a first down there for the Canyon Lake Hawks. So Lewis just takes it right up the middle there, right in the 2 gap.
Yeah, and that's what the Panthers, you talked about this. That was one of your keys, is stop the run. And the Canyon Lake Hawks has a good size line right in the middle. Their front 3 right there is pretty
So this time, quarterback's going to keep it. Number 5, he runs up the middle. He fakes the handoff to Lewis, and Wheeler keeps it on the zone read, goes to the right side, and he picks up a nice sizable gain. Ball's down at the 17-yard line. Going to bring up 2nd and about 4.5 for the Hawks. So let's see what the Panthers can do here. He fakes it. Wheeler's got a man. He can't quite find him, though. He was looking for the big boy, number 4, Carter Williams, the senior.
And he had a little bit of time on that one.
He did.
And that's where we got it. We got to get pressure on Jace Wheeler. If not, that wide receiver comes open, and he was open earlier, just like you said.
Yeah.
He just didn't quite see him in time to make that throw.
I mentioned this on the outset. Jace Wheeler's a 5'11", which may be generous. He claps. And a change in the formation now. Lewis goes to Wheeler's left side. He hands it off. He sneaks up the middle. He's got some room, and it looks like he's got some first down, but he breaks a couple tackles. Hank.
Yeah, and that's all created by the down blocks on the left side of the offensive line by the Canyon Lake Hawks.
So Shifty Lewis.
Yeah, we got our inside view of our trailer down there for a second.
So 7:27 left. Wheeler rolling to his right. He's going to run it. He's got some room.
Oh.
He is stopped. Who was that? Number 11. That's Matt Villanueva who gets the start.
Yeah, he's
linebacker.
Yeah, nice hit. And you got to have a little more gang tackling. Yeah, at least two defenders need to be on it.
So he picks up 5, but we talked about that last week. Matt Villanueva he grabbed him a starting job after his great play last week at the backer position. But again, they pick up 5 yards on that. 6:56 left here in the first quarter. First possession and Hawks driving. Hands it to Lewis up the middle. He's fighting. Is he going to get in? No, he's pushed back. The Panthers pushing back right at the marker.
Oh, man, it's close.
It's close, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 1.
I think that's a generous spot for the Panthers, actually, because it looked like he was inside the 2, and they call him outside the 2, and that was the yard to gain was right there at the 2. So it's 3rd and 1. A big play here for the Panthers. If they can get TFL right here, a tackle for loss, that'd be a big play.
So Wheeler under center this time. Jumbo formation to the left. They pitch it. It goes to Lewis, and it looks like he's in. He drives over, and that's going to be a Hawk touchdown and put the Hawks up on their first possession, 6-0, as they call them for the Lake.
Yeah.
So again,
just nice drive on that replay. You saw Canyon Lake, take it with that big front offensive line.
And so number 6 comes on, Hagan Gill, for the extra point for the Hawks. And Canyon Lake's running a player in. They're missing a player. They only had 10. Guy on the right side of the line there. Snap, hold is down, kick is up, and it looks good. And it is good. So that will be 7-0 after a 2-yard touchdown run there by Caden Lewis, the senior from Canyon Lake, puts the Hawks up 7-0 here early in the first.
And I think you said it in your keys, Lance, and you know, you got to stop the run. And that was really what did the Panthers in. It wasn't the pass. Pretty much every single play was a run or a variation of the run of a play action or so. But we saw a couple of the passes here and there that got short yardage, but they got their yardage on the run.
Yeah, they did most of it. And see, and the reason I say that is because when your run is working and you're picking up 5, 6, 10 yards a carry, right?
Right.
It opens up your whole playbook if you're an
Right.
offensive coordinator. It's like, hey, I can run this. I can run play action.
Right.
I can run. There's so many different things. Pass. The kick is up, and again, it's towards Trotty. Trotty fields it at about the 7-yard line. He's running left. Oh, and he's hit hard.
Oh man.
Although about out to the 22-yard line, so a good return for Trotty.
Yeah, and Trotty's been the one that I would like to see him touch the ball a little more. I mean, when we looked at Trotty's, some of his stats,
He's a leading rusher.
yeah, he's the leading rusher. But when you look here, you look at that, he's got 9.9 yards per carry coming in this game. And he's able to catch the ball. I'd like to see him touch the ball a little more.
So 6:02 left here in the first quarter. Canyon Lake 7, Navarro Panthers 0. Second possession here for your Panthers. Helford under center. He snaps it. He hands it to Cohen Blunt. Cohen Blunt is bottled up by, it looks like number 33, number 44, number 52 are all in the mix for the Hawks.
Yeah, and you could see that. You could see if you that they're keying on Cohen Blunt, and specifically Cohen Blunt is the guy that they're going to stop. And I think this is a great opportunity right here to see Trotty, make a big play.
That's right.
Either in the air or on the ground.
That's right. And Trotty has not ran the football tonight.
Yeah.
So.
I'm just thinking, man, we've got to be able, like you said, pass efficiently, use it. But this is a passing down when it's second and long, so Canyon Lake could expect it. But you got to do something else. You run the slot T. Use some deception here.
Helford under center. He hands it again to Blunt. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he kept it on that one.
I was fooled on that one. And
I thought we were going to get an offsides on that one.
I know. I saw the jump and
right.
And as well. But it's a gain of a yard. And so it's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Panthers. 3rd and 8 from their own 24. 4:50 left here in the first quarter. Panthers down 7-0. Second possession, and they haven't had real good field position. The first possession started at the Panther 11. This possession started at the Panther 22-yard line if you're just joining us.
Yeah, we got about a 3rd and 7 here, so we'll see what the Panthers can do.
And they hand it back this way. It is to Trotty, and Trotty is bottled up. He is not going to have a first down. He gets about 3 on that.
Yeah, and he had only one man to beat, and that's Michael Anderson, one tackler. And that's what we talk about. Anderson is a very good filling linebacker. He can scrape and fill with the best of them, and he did it right there. And just one-on-one tackling. And, we accounted for everybody but number 10, and we were hoping that Trotty could win that battle, but he just couldn't quite get to the outside on that one.
So 4th and 5. Helford back to punt for the Panthers. The lefty booms it. And at number 4 back there, again, Williams, he's going to let it roll.
Oh, I'd get on it. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like he might have to.
Let's see if we got a replay on that one.
Because, that was interesting because Carter Williams, it looks almost like he was going to pick it up, and then he faked it, and then he hopped over it.
Right.
And so did his foot hit it? Or,
Let's see if we can look at it a little closer, if we were able to pick it up. That was close.
Yeah. And that was Colt Brown, number 32 in for the Panthers. Colt Brown, a senior. He's on special teams.
Yeah, we have 3:41 remaining in the first quarter. It is now 1st and 10 for the Canyon Lake Hawks.
So Hawks have the ball there at their own, it looks like 21-yard line. He hands it off. Lewis coming here back to the left side.
And I think everybody wanted a hold on that one on that left side, Lance.
Yeah.
including myself. Let's see if we have it.
So the Panthers bottle that one up quite well.
Yeah.
Running to the outside, right?
I take the second and long, because that first down at 20, I don't know if that would even benefit when they lose that down.
So quarterback, he looks out to the right side. Oh, then the receiver drops it. He hits him right in the hands, and that was number 8. They're intended for Ryder Hopper, and Wheeler put a nice ball on him. If he would have turned up, he probably would have been close to another first down for the Hawks, but that's going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 from their own 23-yard line.
Yeah, Hopper, it was one of those where he had to backhand it,
right,
and he couldn't quite bring it in.
So let's see what the Hawks do here. Lewis to Wheeler's right. Wheeler in the shotgun. He's rolling to his right. He does same play almost.
Yeah,
he has number 8, and he has the first down and a few more, about 5 more yards past the first down marker. And he was open on that one. The Panthers make.
Yeah, Corbin Benish was right there to bring him down after he gained the first down. A good sure tackle, but, we've got to be there initially, and we weren't there.
So the household changes there on defensive substitutions there for the Panthers. Cohen Blunt, I know, is on the field. He hands the ball off. Wheeler to Lewis. Lewis up, and he's going to gain about 4, almost 5 yards there on 1st and 10 off the left side, basically in the 3-hole again.
So now we've got, the Panthers were a little bit suspect last week, and we have to, look at shoring this up. And we had seen some rotation of players in, and we might see that tonight. But Villanueva gets the start tonight.
So in motion, number 7, jet sweep. He does hand it off to number 7. 7's got some room off the right side, and he's got speed. He's down the right sideline, and he's finally knocked out by number 3 there for the Panthers. That was Evan Rodriguez. But boy, I tell you, Graham Simpson, 5'8", 155, has got some footwork and some speed as he showed it off there. And just a little jet sweep to the right side there for the Hawks.
Yeah, now it's all the way down to 27. Gives the Hawks 1st and 10 deep inside of Panthers territory with 2 minutes and 9 seconds remaining here in the first quarter with the lead 7-0. So
shotgun formation. They run the jet sweep back to number 0 this side. He's around the corner. He gets the edge, and he's run out of bounds, standing up, but he's down around the 10-yard line. They're going to mark it looks like at the 11.
Yeah, Harris Gillum did a good job coming around that corner, and that was on the wide side of the field, and he had some room.
Same play back to the left side. They ran the jet sweep right, jet sweep left.
Right, and both times, I believe it was to the wide side of the field, right? Depending on where they marked the ball on the hash. Which hash?
Wheeler, this time, he hands it to Lewis. Lewis has got room up the middle, but the Panthers do allow him. He looks like he got about 4, if I'm not mistaken, inside the 10. Cade Pugh with the tackle.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see, the Panthers create a big play. You talk about making plays, and these are situations where you've got to make the big play. You got to create it.
So Wheeler, this time Williams is in motion. They run it to Williams. Jet sweep to the right, and he's a big boy, and he's in the end zone. Let's see. Looks like the Panthers jumped on the football, but I think, I do not see a signal. What do you see, Hank?
I don't see. I see their
Panthers have the football in their hand.
Did we end up with a touchback?
I thought that he scored.
Yeah, I thought so too. It might have been after the play, but if he lost it. Let's see if we had that replay.
Yeah, here's the replay.
Let's see if we can pull it up again, that same one, last play.
Yeah, it looks like he is in from.
Let's see, right here. Oh, he did lose the ball, so it's a touchback for the Panthers, and we see it in the replay, Lance.
Okay.
As he's going in, you look on his right. Let's see one more time if we can run that. here it is. And watch it on the right. Watch him as he starts to go in. You'll see right here, the ball comes out right there.
And he fumbles it out of the end zone.
Out of the end zone, so it's a touchback.
Yes, sir. There's a big bullet there.
Boy, howdy. Now, this might be the momentum the Panthers would need. But Canyon Lake has been really stifling the offense of the Panthers.
So they hand off this time. It's Guerra, Caden Guerra, off to the left side. There's a late flag. And let's see if that was a chop block or holding in the area of either.
Yeah, we got about 1:07 here in the first quarter. We're trying to get our OCR software to work on the clock a little bit. So bear with us.
So holding on the Panthers.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a big bullet dodge there by the Panthers.
And now we get way behind the chains. We had this momentum, and then boom, it goes flat. And now the Panthers have to. You can't just will it all the time. You've got to make it happen. You can't just hope it happens. You got to make something happen here.
Yeah, and again, this is where you got to be. So. And Helford is running for his life back there, and he throws it. And it looks like Galaney wasn't looking, but
opposite camera on the quarterback. When you have a throw, we like to see, the quarterback not get those type of hits.
No, and he's been running for his life most of the season. I mean, throwing the football,
right?
And he just got rid of it. It looked like they weren't on the same page with Galaney there, or Galaney just wasn't finished running his route. We've seen a bunch of that. So this time again, Peyton Helford's running, and he is running for his life. I'm sorry, that was Trotty. Trotty didn't hand it off.
Yeah, it had us fooled and the cameraman fooled. We didn't know who had the ball. It was good, but Canyon Lake did.
So let's see where they mark that. It looks like I thought they pulled him down inside the 5, but the ball is resting at the 8.
I think they gave him forward progress there.
Okay.
And Lance, I was going to bring up a point, too.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids for Canyon Lake, they've played the slot T for most of their careers.
Yes.
Football careers, that is. And so they have keys that they follow pretty well. And that's why I think that's really what's hurting us right now is that they are following the ball very well. And when you can do that with the slot T and play assignment football, this is what you see here playing, good defense by Canyon Lake.
Well, the Panthers have to use a timeout because the play clock was running down. There's only unfortunately, there's only 5 seconds left in the first quarter. So the Panthers do have to burn one there.
Yeah, they have a timeout using. You don't like to use that in the first quarter.
No.
You want to keep them in your back pocket.
And it's 3rd and 22, and the Panthers have the ball at their own 8-yard line after that humongous stop where the ball was fumbled out of the back of the end zone for a touchback by their stud receiver, Carter Williams. I mean, he was about to score a touchdown, and I guess I don't know if a Panther got his hand in there and knocked it out or made him bobble it or whatnot, but great fortune there for the Panthers.
Big time.
And we'll take it. But 3rd and 22, here I just don't make a mistake, right?
Yeah, you can't make any big mistakes here.
So Peyton, and he's got some room. He's up the middle. But he's pulled and dragged down there. I thought he was going to get the first down, but number 28 comes out of nowhere. Cass Ziemba makes the tackle, and if he doesn't make the tackle, Hank, I think Peyton is still running for a first down, but it's going to bring up a 4th and 9. That is the end of the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, it is Canyon Lake Hawks 7 and your Navarro Panthers nothing.
That's not a good way to start it out. And the Panthers, I think, have to really pay attention to detail against a team that knows how to play the slot T.
Right.
Even though they're playing right now the spread, they know how to deal with the slot T. And I told you that earlier. And if there's always always the always the chance that you can, not the chance, but always the ability to go in and make those minor adjustments, and where you run naked bootlegs, you run those, what looks to be one play, and you really deceive them. So the coaches are going to have to do a little bit out. Don't pull your guards in certain plays, or don't, mix it up a little bit, and we'll see what happens.
I agree 100% with all that. They real quick, sub-varsity football from last night. JV won 34-14 over the Canyon Lake Hawk JV, and freshmen with a big win as well, 39-14. 7th and 8th grade also won. They played Rhodes out of San Antonio. So both the 7th and the 8th grade won. Only the A team, or combined A team, B team, played last night. So 4th and 9, Peyton Helford back. He punts it.
Nice punt.
Great punt over the head of Williams, but he grabs it, and he makes the first man miss. He's out to the right side. He's got a ton of room in front of him. If he can beat one man, he cuts back, but he's pulled down by number 6, and that is Leckwold.
Yeah, Leckwold got the but, that might have been one of those where you outkicked your coverage.
Yeah, he did. Because, he made a...
Man.
He returned that about 27, 30 yards roughly. But the Panthers punt again on their third possession there. And Canyon Lake is looking at their first possession inside at the 37-yard line of the Panthers. So Wheeler in the shotgun, Lewis to his right. He hands it to Lewis straight up the middle, and the Panthers pull him down. Who is that? Number 65. That is Vogel.
Yeah, Vogel.
And it looks like number 44, Melton.
Yeah. Melton in on it, and off of that defensive inside, and made a good stop.
So 2nd and 8 from the 35-yard line. Canyon Lake looking to the sideline for the play. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Wheeler in the shotgun. He fakes the handoff. He's looking for a receiver. He's got a receiver. He catches it. He's up the middle. He splits 2 defenders, and he's down to around the 20-yard line. And that was number, 16.
Yeah, Peyton
King.
King. Yes, sir. Peyton King. Just all he did is sit in that soft spot, and one of the Panthers broke away, and they were anticipating the ball was going to go to somebody else, to another receiver, and then just sitting out hit and was able to make the play for Canyon Lake.
So 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Wheeler hands it off to Lewis this time. Lewis just barrels down in the middle, and he's going to pick up, it looks like a minimal gain, but good gang tackling that time by the Panthers. As they bring in 4 subs, 2 on the D-line, 3 on the D-line, 1 linebacker, subbing in and out, doing a bunch of substitutions on the defensive side of the football tonight for the Panthers already.
Yeah, it's going to be about a 2nd down and 6 here. And the Panthers need, this is where, Canyon Lake has really hurt us. Has been really more on 2nd down than just 1st down. They've been able to make the big plays, or the plays that get some 1st downs on the 2nd down. The Panthers need to clamp down here.
That's motion. Defense at this time, and it's a jet sweep to number 7 again. And 7 was the guy who got down the right sideline down there with a bunch of quickness, is Graham Simpson. And he picks up another Canyon Lake 1st down.
And you probably, if we have a replay on that one, I don't know if we do, but if you look, Simpson bobbled the ball as he's getting it, as the snap is there, and it looked like the snap was a little bobbled, but got the handoff anyways. That's why I kind of chuckled back here. It's been all pretty much Canyon Lake thus far.
Canyon Lake hands it off again. Up the middle, number 25, Lewis. Wheeler to Lewis.
And what I'm watching here on our screen inside the booth is I'm seeing a big push by that offensive line on the Panthers defensive line. And when you get that push, you're going to get 3 yards at least. And we're seeing that happen tonight. Panthers got to get lower, get your pad level low, as we talked about, and get underneath them and make a play here.
So Wheeler gets a play. He's in shotgun. He's got Lewis to his left side. In motion, number 0, and good play there by the Panthers. So that's one of those plays where the defense doesn't know if you're going to hand it off to the jet sweep or they're going to hand it off to the running back, number 25 up the middle. They hand it off to Lewis, and the Panthers stuffed that from the 6-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, Blevins came in there and made a really good play on that one.
So this is a big play.
Yes.
3rd and goal from the 7-yard line. He's going to roll to his right. Wheeler, he pumps. He double pumps. He throws it short. And if Carter Williams comes back to the football a little bit more, he probably catches it and walks in for a touchdown. But he does not, and the Panthers hold. Let's see what they do. The Hawks going to go for this?
4th down and goal here.
Hawks are going to go for this, it looks like. What would you do, Hank? Would you take the points, go up 10?
If I got a kicker, I'd kick the field goal.
I would too.
Because you're already up 7.
Yeah.
You know, that 3 points is a big spread. And I would not do this if I was.
Big play here. 4th down. Looks like Canyon Lake's going to call a timeout and think about it.
They called their first time out.
And maybe I don't know. Maybe they wanted to see the formation of the Panthers. I don't think the Panthers have changed their defensive formation there, but hey.
Yeah, well, Coach Parker is looking at it going, let me think about this. Let's see, what did they line up in? This is that basketball.
Right.
Hey, let's see how they line up and come out. Okay, and then we'll work off that. Yeah.
Right.
We'll run the same formation, and then we'll run something that we think will work against what they already lined up against us. So that's the game of chess. That's why we play football. It is, a lot of it is up here in your head. You get mentally.
That's right.
You got to be able to play it out and see how it. And execution, obviously, but I still think the Panthers are not playing aggressive enough.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
We don't see the fire. We don't see the excitement out on the field to, hey, let's get fired up. I mean, you've played and I played I played high school level now. You may have played college level.
No.
But, at the high school level, it's all about emotion.
Yes.
I always say it's controlled aggression. You want to be very aggressive, but be smart about it. But, man, use that aggression.
So they are going to go for this. Man in motion, that's Williams. He's got a blitz. He throws it. He dumps it off. Is he going to get in? He does get in.
Oh,
it's a screen.
A middle screen.
Off in the middle screen. Can't see who that was. Number 8.
Yeah, we do have a
that's
signal.
Ryder Hopper. So they do gamble, and the gamble pays off for the Hawks. They go up 13-0 here. In about 8 minutes and 46 seconds left, pending the extra point, up 14-0.
Wow.
Kick is up, and it is good.
Yep.
14-0 Hawks here with 8:46 left in the second. Hank, wow. And, we had a blitz coming. Did you see the blitz coming from the right side of the field? And so he felt the pressure, dumped it off, and unfortunately for the Panthers, there was no one there, and he just walked in the end zone.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about at the very first game against Forestville. We thought Forestville would run a couple more of those screens against the Panthers because the Panthers are, pinning their ears back. They knew it's a passing situation. They're coming after the quarterback, but they don't realize they're let go, and we talked about it before. Hey, if you don't feel anybody put pressure on you, you got to be able to realize, hey, this is a screen. But that's so hard to do. I mean,
right.
I mean, when I was playing, they did it against us too. So I mean, I'm not one to talk.
So I want to remind you, you were watching the Navarro Panther Network. The network is run by students. So on the cameras, they're in the trailer. So sometimes they don't get all of the plays, and so just bear with them a little bit there from the audience perspective. They're doing the best they can, and they're doing a great job.
Yeah, they're still learning the cameras. They're still learning the the software, all the things that we use here. So bear with them. But if we can get the camera right now in between the change of possession here or such, or after kickoff, let's put the truck in there or the trailer. Let's see if we can see some of the students in the trailer real quick before we have.
And then we have a QR code there on the bottom right of your screen.
Oh, there they are. Yeah, all right. There's Casey, the sponsor as well, Josh.
And then, unfortunately, we can't get them on the camera.
Right, now we're going back.
Going back here, Helford hands it off this side, going off to the left side, and that looks like it's number 21, and that's the speedster there, Colorado Kenaway.
See if we got a replay on that camera angle.
So on first down, the Panthers hand it off. They're down 14-0 here in the second quarter. They need to get something going here on offense, Hank. They haven't crossed the 50 yet. I'm not sure if we've crossed the 40, actually, our own 40. Nice, be nice.
Yeah.
Nice pick up there, though. 4 yards, and they're going to run that one up the middle with Cohen Blunt, and he goes down. And like you said earlier, it looks like the Hawks did their film homework, and they have keyed in on Cohen Blunt, number 8.
Right. And that's, I believe that's been the focus of Canyon Lake, tonight is if you stop Cohen Blunt, we want somebody else to beat us, right? Somebody other than Cohen Blunt has to beat us. So I was saying that's to me the goal tonight for Canyon Lake.
So 3rd and 3, Helford hands it off. That's Cohen Blunt. He does have a first down, and he's brought down. Oh, I'm sorry. They completely fooled me.
Yeah, me too. And the cameraman as well.
But I tell you what, the Panthers still are close to the first down. And they are waving them, and that is the Panthers' first down of the evening.
Oh, wow. We'll take it. We'll take it.
7:25 left here in the second quarter. We'll take it. And bringing in the play there is Yentz, number 26, the junior, as he's going to split out to the right side. So this time he hands it up the middle. Yeah, I didn't quite see who's got it, but he's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play.
Got to keep it there. Yeah. I mean, Cohen Blunt, that time I was talking about you can't just will it, but I think that time he willed a couple of yards out of that one because he did.
And he runs hard.
Wow, he pushed low, and that's what you like to see from the big fella is stay low and get down and drive your legs. And that's what we see in this particular play.
Yeah, so 2nd and 6 from the Panther 39-yard line. Helford under center. Trotty in motion. He's going to roll to his left. He looks like he's going to run it, and he's hit low there by number 21 for the Canyon Lake Hawks. That's Ben Parmilia.
And at least goes forward. He's we're not behind the chains yet, really. 3rd and 4.
He did make a mistake. Didn't throw an interception, didn't throw it into coverage.
Exactly.
That's huge, especially for a sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, and you get one touchdown here. I mean, this is a football game still. You're only down by 2 scores.
Right.
And now the Panthers have to be able to keep this drive alive.
So big play here. 3rd and 4 from the Panther 41-yard line. Panthers here this is their 4th possession. They've punted on their first 3, and we do have a timeout here by Coach Rod Blunt.
Yeah, the Panthers.
And that's the second one.
Yeah, the Panthers take a smart time. I mean, the clock is running down. They're a little unsure about things, and so, hey, I'm okay with it. 3rd and 4, this is a big play on your side of the field, and you're at the 41-yard line. You've got to take the time and think about what you need to do to make this play and use one of your best plays. So. Now you talked about the sub-varsity earlier.
I did.
Lance, a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Could you recap that for me? Because I was kind of, if you have it, that is.
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. So junior varsity won 34-14. Panthers over the Hawks in Canyon Lake last night. Also in Canyon Lake, with the freshmen won big, 39-14. And then the 7th and 8th grade went to Rhodes in San Antonio. And they combined the game with both A and B teams. The 7th grade won 32-0, and the B team, the 8th graders won 14-0. So,
wow. Yeah,
good. So the Panthers are 4-0 on the weekend, pending this game,
all right,
where they're down 14-0. But we're wishing and hoping for good things coming up.
All right, big play here.
Helford under center. He hands it this time. Looks like he's coming back. He's not going to pick up, but maybe one. And let's see who that was. It looks like that was Harvey.
Yeah, Mason Harvey.
Mason Harvey brings in a new back there on that.
Yeah, one of the strongest players on the team,
Yeah.
pound. But
If he could have cut back,
Yep.
if he could have cut
You
back,
read my mind.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yep.
it looks like there was some opening there.
Yeah. Yeah, we see it right there on the replay.
So it is 4th down. The Hawks expect the Panthers to punt here. Again, number 4 is back, Carter Williams, and Peyton Helford back, the quarterback. So you never know on a fake here, right?
Right.
Watch for a fake. Oh, he does fake it. Yeah, I called it, and he's got it. Colt Brown, 1st down.
Good call, Lance. And that's the time that you would think in your own territory, closer to your 40-yard line, they're not going to fake punt it, but they did, and it was a nice throw. Here's the replay right here.
And
As you see, Helford gets it right to the outside and was able to make the play, and that was number 32, Colt Brown, making the reception.
Colt Brown, big pitcher in baseball for us.
Oh, we got
Handed up the middle. That's Helford to. Oh, the football's out. But Cohen Blunt ran the football. Number 33, the Hawks.
Yeah, with 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Sometimes,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, this is that 4-minute mark where you really can't give the ball back to the other side because you're probably not going to get the ball back, before the half. So, this is a situation you've got to go down and score. And now,
Canyon Lake does receive the second half kickoff. Helford rolling to his right. He's got some pressure, but he's also got some room, and he runs over a man and picks up nice play there. He cuts back and actually takes a guy out. Nice run by the sophomore quarterback.
Here's the replay as he goes to the outside.
Right.
Man, that was a hard hit. I mean, it was a hard collision and takes it down. And now it's only a 3rd and 2, which could have been a 3rd and 6 for where he was initially hit on that play.
That's right. 3rd and 2. Helford under center. Trotty in motion. He hands it this time. Cohen Blunt off. And that's basically the right side, right dive play, and he is picking up a 1st down inside the Canyon Lake 30 or 40-yard line, down to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, I want to show the front too. If you watch this on the starting group, we'll get to it. We'll have the starters come on, putting them back up there. If you look, the last 5 is the ones that I want you to look at because those 5 right now are really turning on from Cade Pugh, Craig Hyman, and Carlisle.
Hands it this side, going off to the left, and that is number 9, Guerra, the senior.
Elaine Black was in there, and then Beltran as well. And so that front line has been now really kind of getting it together. And I hope I don't jinx them now.
No,
It's like because they're really starting to get off the ball now a little bit.
Helford hands it this time. No, he's back to pass. He's got a receiver. Oh, and he misses. No, that was Galani.
Oh, that's a touchdown. That's pay dirt if you catch it.
Yeah, and that's Galani. He throws it just to the outstretched arms of Galani.
And that's one that you got to put a little air on it. You can't bullet that one in. Just put a little air, get it up there. He's tall enough.
Right.
Galani but hey, we can say that from up here, but
sure,
down there it's a lot harder, when you got guys in your face and all. And he did have good protection. It was a good play action pass. Everything looked good.
Right.
Except just didn't quite get
didn't execute quite. 2:14 left. He pitches it to Trotty. Trotty's he's met hard and he lost a good couple yards. Number 33 there, Hammonds.
Yeah, and Hammonds, it looked like he stood over Trotty a little bit there, and that's why I said, I would have liked to say, that you can, you could throw a flag for that.
And again,
I'm sure my bias.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You see, Hammonds has been all over the field tonight, 33 for them, in their backers. That's going to bring up Hank 4th and 12, minute 40, clock still ticking at the Hawk 41-yard line. What do you do here, Hank?
Well, hey, I think you only have one choice. You got to play action out of this.
Nope.
But what?
Hold on, let's see.
Call timeout, Panthers.
Panthers timeout. So right before the snap, that was close. It looked like Coach Blunt called the timeout. And yeah, let me jump in real quick
Go
before
ahead.
halftime and talk a little bit about volleyball. Volleyball's off tonight, girls volleyball, and they did win there on Tuesday night against Divine, and that's going to bring their record up to 20-11. And at halftime tonight, I'm going to do a spotlight on a couple of senior volleyball players,
Yeah.
and so it should be fun. We
Yeah.
Joel Frederick, who, by the way,
Yeah.
Joel Frederick and Jim Andrews did the volleyball broadcast the other night, and they did a fabulous job.
Oh,
Thanks,
yeah.
guys. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I felt like I was watching the old mysteries, scientific, mystery. What was it? With the two little guys there. I mean, I had a great time listening.
Oh,
to it.
they were great.
Yeah.
Someone was texting in, I think, called them a couple of rednecks watching volleyball or something. But
Right. Yeah, and that would be instead of mystery theater. We'd call it something like rednecks watching volleyball. Yeah.
Rednecks watching volleyball. And you know what? I don't know if they would take any offense to that.
Yeah. Well, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
They're
either.
both great guys. Yeah, have a good sense of humor.
No. They had a good time. All right, 4th and 12. Helford back. He's got a ton of pressure. Looks like the Panthers set up a screen. They do. He's got a lot of green grass in front of him. That's Galini. Oh, and a block. Oh, man.
Let's see if we can see that one.
It looks like Colt Brown. I mean, there's 27 yellow hankies out there.
Look at that. We got the first block, and we got Galini, and there's the block that. Yep, we saw it on the replay.
Yeah, unfortunately,
You could slow that down too on the replay. We do have the jog buttons or the T-bar now, so we're starting to learn how to use some of those. We can slow them down at that point.
wow. I mean, everyone in the stadium saw it, and even Colt got. Now, Colt played last year for Lavernia. He was a Lavernia Bear, and then he transferred in over here to Navarro. He actually beat us on this field at quarterback last year.
Oh, really?
Yes. He threw a couple of touchdown passes against us and beat us. Then he transferred over, played baseball. Heck of a baseball player.
Oh, wow.
But so, Colt, feel for you a little bit there. But yeah,
Right.
you got him in the back pretty good.
Yeah, I think so. And it's like, oh man, and if you just if you do that shoulder block, get your head in the front. But man, I tell you what, referees aren't letting you get away with that as much anymore on what we call shoulder blocks. But but it's still, oh man, it's disheartening when you already have the first down and then that block occurs. So man.
So let's see if they mark this.
Yeah, they mark it from it's a spot.
Yeah, it's
foul.
a spot foul, but is it 10 or is it 15?
I believe it's only 10.
It is 10.
Yeah.
Because for some reason in my mind I was thinking 15.
If they called, the old days used to be called a clip, that was 15. But a clip now, you have to hit below the waist and from behind.
Okay, so here we go. 4th and 5. Ball resting on the 34-yard line of the Hawks. So that we get to basically redo the play, but we only got to get 5 yards, Hank. There is 58 seconds and counting in the first half. So Canyon Lake looks like they are going to call a timeout.
Yeah, now they see the lineup, but hey, how about that screen though? Otherwise, besides that block in the back, that was probably one of the better screens that I've seen ran by the Navarro Panthers in years. I mean, years.
Yeah.
So I got to give them kudos to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You take what you can right now. You're down 14-0. You're not out of it.
No.
And those little, and you see the Panthers starting to collect themselves, like pull this together. Like we can do this. And if you see that group of guys out there, they start believing.
Yep.
And these are, 16, 17, and 18-year-olds basically. And, that young, that emotional swing from one to the other, man, they could make a big difference in a football game real quick.
It really can. And this is a big play, Hank, because 4th and 5.
Well, that was a lot better than the 4th and 11, I believe it was. And so Panthers can make a big play right here. And they need to.
Yeah, they need to. Well, this is huge because if you don't get this, Canyon Lake, I don't know what their field goal kicker, he seemed like he had a little bit of range, but they get the ball back. Well, they only got one timeout, but you missed an opportunity. Helford under center, 4th and 5. He's rolling back to his right side. He's got a ton of pressure. He gets hit hard. He throws it deep, and it's just knocked down. They were looking for Trotty there along the right side, number 21. Let's see who that was, Ben Parma. And man, Helford took a took a lick there right as he threw the ball. Yeah, he took a hit there. Didn't see who hit him, but that's going to turn the ball over on downs. And Panthers down 14-0. 47 seconds left in the ball on the Hawk 34-yard line.
Well, let's see what, if right now the Panthers probably won't get the ball back. It's 47 seconds, and they've already burned all their timeouts but one.
No, they
have none.
Yeah,
That's
they have
right.
none.
They have
They burned
none.
them all.
Yep.
So, and the Hawks get the ball back or receive the ball to start the second half. They hand it off up the middle, and it looks like the Hawks will be content probably just to run this clock out, not make a mistake. They run it off to the left side. Caden Lewis. It looks like, well, look at that. The play clock and the game clock are identical right now, which you rarely see.
Yeah, you don't see that much.
Rolling down at 25, 24, 23. And I'd be surprised if the Hawks tried anything crazy here. Blitz here from the Panthers. They hand it off. Lewis going to the left side. He's got a bunch of room.
Oh, no.
He's down. And he's down into Panther territory, about the 45-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 47-yard line. With 10 seconds left. Now you have a timeout. Yeah. You could throw it, complete it, call timeout, and kick a field goal.
Here's the replay.
Oh, so
yeah.
If you're a Hawk,
yeah, you want.
That's what you're probably looking for here.
Right.
So here we go. Wheeler back in shotgun. 10 seconds. He's looking deep. He throws deep. He's got a receiver. And it hits him right in the hands. Great for the Panthers. Well, I mean, if he catches that, he might score. That was 0 Harris Gillum. And I mean, boy, he wants that one back.
Oh, we couldn't quite catch that one.
Man, that was a good pass. And you got 4 seconds left if you're the Hawks.
Yeah.
And if you're the Panthers, man, you just dodged a massive bullet. So, because that easily would have been in field goal range, if not have scored and been down 21-0 here. They do hand it off. Flags fly.
Let's see if that was with one tick on the clock.
And that's going to be against the Hawks. False start. And that probably will do it. I wouldn't imagine that the Hawks would. You never know.
Right.
Maybe you put.
Yeah, well, one tick, you don't want to make a mistake. You're up by 2 touchdowns.
Right. And you receive the kickoff in the second half for the Canyon Lake. So
just take a knee and go from there,
I mean, that's what I would do, but you never know. They could try the Hail Mary.
Yeah. Well, how about that game last night by the Matadors before we go into half?
Right.
Wasn't that something? And you may talk about that a little bit at halftime too, but wow, what a comeback.
Right. And maybe Scott Kibbe went to that game. I don't know.
I don't know, but I heard it from Chris Austin on KWED.
Yeah. All right, he does hand it off up the middle. That's Lewis. Lewis fights. He gets sizable yardage. Pulled down by Villanueva. That's half.
All right, that's a half. And we're going to take a little break, and you're going to hear some sights and sounds as we get the stat man here and historian to come in, and we'll get Scott Kibbe to get us all the stats of the halftime, and we'll be talking hear you soon. So you're watching the Navarro Panther Network.
Yep, live here. I'm Lance Blackburn, and that is Hank Dieter. It's 14-0 Hawks. Not what we want to see exactly, but we'll come fighting here in the second half. We'll be back here quick.
Have so much nicer. We will be gone. I have a senior. Yeah. Nope, this is exactly like our present. Is it really? Oh my gosh, how funny. I love it. At least you'll feel right at home. Good. Jealous, getting a new one. Hi, well, it took 2 bonds. So we've been here. This is my second senior. Okay. It took 2 bonds for it to pass. Yeah. It's hard to have things to pass. But that was cool. Our fine arts portion got passed. So that was good. but the new stadium did not. Please welcome to the field the 2024-2025 Emerald Dancers. The Emerald Dancers are under the direction of Sarah Brule and Nikki Dugan. The Emerald Dancers are led onto the field by Social Officer President Jania Hudson, Lieutenant Riley Matthews, First Lieutenant Lily Hernandez, Co-Captain Abby Ramirez, and Captain Ava Perales. Tonight they will be performing a palm routine to sing. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the award-winning Canyon Lake High School Hawk Band. The Hawk Band is led on the field by assistant drum majors Anthony Martinez and Margaret Zulueta, and head drum major Emily Aguilar. Section leader of the week is Britton Barnes. Section of the week is the percussion section. The band will be premiering the first part of their UIL production, The Path of Water, featuring soloists Cody Brannon, Jacob Anderson, Tony Marino, Aaron Minnis, and Eliana Molina.
All right, we're back here live. Halftime, we've got Scott Kibbe from the Seguin Gazette. Scott has got the first half stats for us. Scott, what do you got?
All right. For Canyon Lake, I have 10 first downs, 22 rushes for 135 yards, 37 passing yards on 4 out of 8 attempts, no interceptions. They have not punted. They had 1 fumble and lost it. That was down at the end zone. 1 penalty for 5 yards. Rushing, leading rusher for Canyon Lake is Lewis, 16 for 77 and a touchdown, and then Simpson, 2 for 34. Wheeler has all their passing, the 4 for 8. Leading receiver Hopper, 3 catches, 24 yards, and a touchdown. For the Panthers, 3 first downs, 18 carries, 18 rushes for 48 yards, 25 passing yards on 2 out of 6 attempts, no interceptions. Highlight for the Panthers tonight: 3 punts, 46.7 average.
Wow.
That's really Helper's doing a good job there. 0, they did not fumble the ball. They had 3 penalties for 25 yards. Leading rusher Helford, 5 carries, 24 yards. Cohen Blunt, 7 for 20. Helford had all their passes, 2 for 6. Receiving Galini, 1 for 17, and Colt Brown, 1 for 8.
All right, initial thoughts. What do you got?
Well, I'll tell you mine is,
Go ahead.
Canyon Lake's outplayed us up front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and I think that's really the bigger impact right tonight. Canyon Lake able to run the ball, not quite as they'd like to, I'm sure, but they're running enough to put a damper on the Panther spirits. Let's put it that way.
Well, I mean, they continue the trend of 135 yards in the second half, and they're probably going to win the football game.
Right.
I think it feels like the Panthers are really pressing. They need to relax. It seems like they're just feeling that pressure too much. I think it's in all aspects of the game. There gets a point sometimes you wait for something bad to happen, and it feels like that started to be their case. The couple of penalties were just killers. The delay of game on that first series when you had 3rd and 5 turned into 3rd and 10. Of course, the block in the back down here when you got something going for the first time. And
Right.
it just a really bad block. He has the first down. Everybody in the stadium could see it. So
Well, you got to remember Cole Brown. He just started. He came back a couple weeks ago. He had to sit out, according to UIL, wear shoulder pads and shorts, and he ran. And he's only played on special teams. He's a baseball pitcher. Yeah, he played quarterback last year, but and he knew it right when he did it, right?
It happened.
Yeah.
You just had to have that at the
wrong time, right? Yeah, no doubt.
And it's a shame because it had a little something going. Didn't have any first down coming into that series. They didn't have any first down.
Right.
And
I don't think they crossed their 35-yard line.
I don't think so. And so I think he's really coach got to calm them down at halftime. Say, look, we're still in the game. We can stop. We can get and come down and score. Now the pressure's on them, and now you get a little momentum. And but like I said, they've just got to take that pressure off themselves.
Well, what do you think about defense? I mean, what's the defense look like to you tonight?
Basically, they've stayed out of the big play, and that's the big thing. Because otherwise Canyon Lake's really having their way.
Right.
Got caught a break there at the fumble.
Right. In the end zone.
Right. it's just, it's too many lanes open, but they're still showing they can, they can make some plays at time. They got a little better in the second quarter, getting into the backfield.
Right.
But
For me, consistency.
Yeah,
On both sides of the football,
absolutely,
right? I
yeah.
mean, you got to string together some plays on offense, and you got to string together some stops on defense.
Yeah.
Play after play after play, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, unfortunately, not the way we wanted to see it, but we've got a second half, and so let's see what happens.
Or it could be a lot worse this
Yeah,
game.
it really
It's not.
easily be 21-0, right?
5.
And the receiver across the middle there with 10 seconds left dropped a
Yeah.
possible touchdown.
And then that fumble right at the goal line
Right.
for a touchback as you
Yeah.
talked about.
Yeah.
Those are two big plays. Like you said, this could have been well out of hand.
Yep.
So now we get the Dazzlers coming out on the field, and we'll be right back. Thanks, Scott Kimmy. We appreciate it.
Scott, we'll see you after the game for the final stats. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and let the festivities continue, and right after the Dazzlers, in between them and the band, we'll go ahead and have a preview. Or
We're going to do volleyball bios, right? We got 2 of them tonight. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. We've worked on this hard, and they gave you a little preview the other night. Let's watch the Dazzlers.
Okay, and we'll be right back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the field the grandest band in the land, the Purple Pride. And this evening, the Panther Band will be performing a portion of their 2024 UIL marching show entitled Worlds Apart, featuring the music of Dvorak and Journey. Featuring soloists Bryce Puncher, McKaylee Cropper, Trinidad Aguirre, Aiden Ditch, Lucas Cantrell, and
You got the halftime statistics up for us. Looks like rushing there for Canyon Lake, 135 to the Navarro Panthers, 48. Passing, Canyon Lake, 37, Navarro, 25. Total yards, 172 to 73. So outgaining this tank about 100 yards. roughly on the offensive side of the football. 10 first downs to Navarro's 3, and the 1 turnover. Canyon Lake could be up a little bit more in this football game, although number 4, the big receiver Williams, fumbled the ball out of the back of the end zone. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll tell you to Mr. Williams.
Right.
But otherwise, it'll be a little bit higher score there for the Canyon Lake Hawks, and then finally the penalties. Navarro for 3 and for 25 yards, and 1 penalty for Canyon Lake. Let's listen and watch the grandest band in the land, the Navarro Panther Fighting Band.
Go ahead and turn on mic and turn us.
Somebody can give me a water or something, or ask to grand, somebody can do it on, I'll bet you they podcast. Want me to give you money for it? Yeah, I need water. Oh. Two, please. I'm cramping.
We own over 200 cows.
Ooh, yeah, that's high.
And with that, man, that's a lot of work. That is, but my question is to Coach Harbaugh, does Tegan ever feed the 200 cows? Right. The 6 dogs, right?
And what I was gonna get at, yeah, what is I'm gonna get at is like who's taking care of the 200 cows? That's a lot of work.
Is that really Daryl?
Yeah.
It's probably Daryl.
Daryl, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, great. Hey, Tegan, great senior. We love you to death. Good luck the rest of your volleyball career and basketball. Next is Morgan Helms. Yeah, gotta love Morgan Helms. A long line of Helms here in volleyball. Morgan's nickname is Morgan.
Yeah. I wanted to call it Morg, but yeah,
Right.
no.
Number 6, position is outside and right side. Favorite athlete is Sonny Lee. Favorite home cooked meal, chicken Alfredo. What is your spirit animal? Her spirit animal is a lion. Favorite fast food is Cane's. Plans after high school. So play volleyball at UTD. If for those that don't know that, that's UT Dallas. And that school has grown immensely over the past 30 years. Favorite saying is, girl, bye. No, I probably did that wrong, right?
Yeah, well,
Good attempt. Right? And then favorite motivational quote, teamwork makes the dream work.
yeah.
I love that one. That was great. And then 3 things that are unique about Morgan is I have double jointed fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that help in volleyball? Yeah, I'm sure it does, right?
Yeah. I mean, they can bend way back, and
Right.
you're still good. You're not having
Sure.
a damn finger or anything.
Number 2 is I know German.
Was ist los? Wie geht's ya?
Yeah. There you go.
Mach's gut, ja.
Okay.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Hey, there's Hank showing off a little bit tonight. I love it. And then the last one is this, and this is the most impressive one. This is the 9th year in a row that a Helms has played volleyball at Navarro High School. 9th year.
Wow.
Last year was Taylor, and then there was another Helms. I forget her name, but yeah, that's very impressive by the Helms family. So
Well, now I can hear ourselves talking in our headset because it's coming through the mic from our producer, Miss Casey. So it's kind of throwing me off there.
right, a little bit.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, did I just hear myself again say V Gates and Auf Wiedersehen and then Mach's gut, yeah, let's see if the Panthers can Mach's gut here,
All right, Panthers kick it off. He rolls down number 7. Number 7 picks it up. He's going to his left side. He's got and he's out and about, and he's got some room, folks. He passes the 50 down to the 40. He's pushed out about the 33-yard line. So massive return there for the Hawks. And
What's out of bounds by 30, Carlos Bruno.
rolls down to number 7. Number 7 picks it up. He's going to his left side. He's got some room, folks. He passes the 50 down to the 40. He's pushed out about the 33-yard line. So massive return there for the Hawks. And here we go. Wheeler, the Hawk quarterback, sophomore, impressive first half. He's going to start it off there at the Panther 37-yard line. He fakes it. He hands it off to Lewis. Lewis off the right side. He's going to run it down. He's going to pick up about 3, maybe 3.5.
Lewis on the carry. Moved up on Timberlake and Matthew Villanueva.
First half.
Oh, that's weird.
And so there we go. There's Wheeler. Wheeler hands it off again. Lewis just tiptoes. Nice balance and footwork by him. He's down around the 30-yard line. It's not going to be a Hawk first down, but he's going to be close, and it'll bring up a 3rd and short.
And now this has got to be a play that the Panthers have to make. You stop them here. We know that the Canyon Lake would go for it on 4th down as long as they got positive yards. But you take them back far enough, the Panthers can make a big play and make something happen here.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 3. 10:50 left here in the third quarter. Hawks up 14-0 over the Navarro Panthers here at Irwin Lee Field. Handoff again. Lewis runs. He's patient runner, the senior, and he's not going to have the first down. He's going to be a little bit, about a half yard short, Hank.
Yeah.
And I would assume that this is almost quarterback sneak territory, although
4th and 1.
And he does line up in the shotgun formation. So let's see if he goes under center. And I mean, that's what I would do. I would almost.
So it's
But that's not going to be the case. Wheeler's going to be back. He's going to hand it off. No, he is going to hand it, and he is going to have the first down.
Panthers put up a good fight there, and you gotta credit them with that.
Absolutely. So Lewis does take it down. It is a first down. He gains a couple off that. Down to the 26-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10.
First down, Hawks.
For the Panthers, for the Hawks. Wheeler, the quarterback. Just a sophomore. Been impressive tonight. I've been impressed. I watched him play against Waverly in game 1, and he did not look like this. He pulls it up. He throws it. It's caught. That's number 0. He shakes and bakes. He's around the corner, and he's going to try to get the pylon, and he does. He walks in the end zone, and that's going to be a Hawk touchdown. No flags. Touchdown, Canyon Lake.
On the touchdown, Ken.
So they complete a 37-yard drive.
Oh, man.
And a 9:24 left on the clock pending the extra point. Number 7, the holder. Snap is down. Hold is up. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it is good. 21-0 Hawks. And that was about a 22-yard pass reception for a touchdown. And that was Harris Gillum with the touchdown there for the Hawks. And, at this point, that was not what you wanted to see if you're a Panther fan. Down 3 scores at this point. And, Hank?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, you just go back to old Panther football right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you basically got to get something going. Let's see what the offensive line can do, and really we need to get more chunk yardage. It looks like so. Trotty back, number 5, and number 15. That's Manson Harris, along with Trotty. Kicking off is number 6. That's Hagen Gill. Nice kick there. Again, kicking to Trotty. Trotty catches about the 5-yard line, and he's got some room on the right side. He's bringing it straight up. He runs into a wall of Hawks just short of looks like, or around the 20-yard line. We'll see where they spot it.
Kickoff return, and on the stop 28, catch the inbound.
So sorry you're having an audio technicality as we have using a different device for the streaming computer coming until you bringing this live.
So they hand it off, goes to the right side. That's Helford. He's going to hand it to, can't see the ball carrier. I know it's not Cohen Blunt. Panthers start this drive at their own 22-yard line. And they pick up a couple yards. It's going to bring up a second. Well, he picks up a little bit more than what was anticipated, giving him nice forward progress. It looks about 4. Going to be 2nd and 6 from the 26-yard line.
And 4, 2nd and 6.
They hand it this time. That's Cohen Blunt. Cohen Blunt. Oh, he breaks it. And no, he's pulled down, actually, after a minimal gain. Looks like he gains 2 or 3 yards. Looks like they're going to give him 4, and it's going to be, well, ball's resting at the 29-yard line, so looks like 3rd and 3 for the Panthers. With 8:13 left here in the third quarter, Panthers trail 21-0.
Yeah, I think right now the Panthers this is an opportunity to get a good drive and a score here. You know, this is the first time they have a possession in the third quarter. Let's see what they can do with it here on 3rd down. And Panthers let that play clock go a little too low.
Line judge calls, and Panthers used their first timeout of the half, so they've got 2 remaining. Down by 3 scores here at home. It's the 1-1 Navarro Panthers versus the 1-1 Canyon Lake Hawks. And 7:50 left here in the third quarter. Just to recap you, Canyon Lake took the opening second half kickoff and went 37 yards. First of all, nice kickoff return. Returned all the way down to the Panther 37-yard line, and then it took them a few plays, mostly running on the ground, and then they hit in stride Harris Gillum, number 0, 22-yard touchdown pass to extend their lead 21-0. This is the Panthers' first possession of the second half.
So let's see what they can do here.
So 3rd and 4, Helpert under center. He snaps it. He fakes it. He's going to do the follow. He's got it, but he's bottled up quickly. Met in the hole there by number 1, Jackson Ammons. And it looks like Canyon Lake did a good job watching film because Peyton Helford had a lot of success with that follow play last week.
Right. So let's say it's a 4th down and Panthers down 3 touchdowns. Yeah, you got to go for it.
Yeah, 7:23, 4th, and they saying 2 on the, but it's probably closer to 3. And the Panthers, Corbin Hannibal brings in the play, number 14. He splits out to the right side. Cohen Blunt in the backfield. Helford hands it to Blunt, and Blunt is met quickly, and he's not going to have it. He's drugged back. He's hit early. And again, that was number 33, and I've said his name at least 4 times tonight. That was Eli Hammonds.
Oh, man.
And he stopped short, and that is Canyon Lake. And Canyon Lake stops him. They will take over on Panthers stopped on downs at their own 31-yard line.
Ooh, man, oh man, that's a tough one. And everybody in the stadium, I think, knew who was going to get the ball.
Yes. Here we go. Wheeler, number 5. The quarterback backs up. He's got Lewis to his left, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Snap, hands it, fakes it, throws it, and he's hit hard, though. Let's see who hit him. I think that was Mason Harvey, but incomplete pass, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 31-yard line. Stops the clock for the first time, I think, possibly this half, as the clock is stopped. 6:58 left here in the third quarter. Hawks in full control, up 21-0. Motion here from number 7. They do run the jet sweep. He hands it off. A lot of speed there. Turning the corner. He gets the corner, but he's caught from behind right around the 25-yard line. And again, that was Graham Simpson. A lot of speed from Graham. One of the fastest guys I've seen in a while to come into the stadium here. And Canyon Lake will take their time here with 6:30 left and ticking. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 from the 25-yard line. Oh, and I think that's going to be against the Panthers. The Panthers jump offside, but they did make contact with, it looks like, the left guard. And that, if is the case, well, it looks like the ref was going to, it is offsides. on the Panthers, and that is going to bring up a first down. That should give Canyon Lake a first down and 10.
Oh, man.
So first and 10 from the Panther 20-yard line. And the ref, he should.
Yeah, wow.
Well, so Wheeler back in the shotgun. First and 10 from the Panther 20. He hands it this time. That's going to be Lewis off to the right side. He makes a move, breaks another tackle. A flag flies in. So it looks like more than likely we're going to have a hold called. Caden Lewis there. He was down inside the 15-yard line. So he had 5+ yards, but I think this is probably coming back. Yes, holding.
Yeah, that's going to be holding against
Holding
Canyon
against
Lake.
Canyon Lake. The ref is a little unsure of his calls today.
Right.
Yeah, he kind of half makes a call in. He didn't point to the Canyon Lake side, but we do know that is holding on the Hawks. So that's going to be a little bit of a
reprieve, yeah.
Yeah, a reprieve. It is a spot foul. The holding was down around the 15-yard line, it looks like. So first and 15 for the Hawks. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Lewis to the right of Wheeler. Wheeler calls it. He fakes the handoff. He's got a lot of pressure, but he's got a lot of room and a lot of green grass. He does decide to throw it, which I think was a big mistake because he had, Hank, a ton of green grass. He might have scored on that play.
He had a lot of room in front of him. You can see
Yeah.
it on the replay.
Yeah.
He might have been able to make it where he almost did.
Yeah.
Where the receiver was, if he would have
Yeah.
just ran up. He told the receiver to turn around and block, he might have got that sideline.
Yeah, and that's just sophomore inexperience right there. Because, like I said, he could have got down to at least probably the 5-yard line, if not in the end zone for a touchdown. But we'll take it. 2nd and 15, and he's looking for a receiver. He does find one. Dumps it off to number 8. He turns the corner and gets out of bounds. Looks like a gain of about 5 down to the 20-yard line. And that's going to stop the clock with 5:47 left here in the third quarter. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Canyon Lake Hawks. Here, a little sights and sound here at Irwin Lee Field. He throws a deep one to Wheeler. Wheeler tries to find number 0, Harris Gillum, in the back of the end zone there. Not a terrible pass. If I'm throwing that, though, I'm throwing that to one of my big boys. I'm probably not throwing it to the 5'10" guy. I'm throwing it to the 6'4" guy.
Yeah, the guy that could reach to the sky.
Yeah, and that's number 4, Mr. Williams. But nonetheless, 4th and 10. See what the Hawks do. The ball rests at the 20-yard line. Hawks are going to go for this. I would have thought maybe they would kick this for experience in the future. So Wheeler's back. He's got a ton of pressure, and he's going to be sacked. And very nice.
Oh,
Window shopping back. Let's see how they did that on because the Panthers, I think that is the Panthers' first sack of the season. Maybe it's their second. But boy, I tell you. Yeah. He was doing some window shopping, and he was looking and looking and looking, and boy, he just looked too long. So that was Volleyball, I think, right? Number 65 came in there and got the sack for the Panthers.
That's right.
So they'll turn it over on downs, and that's a big stop there for the Panthers, just what the doctor ordered. 5:19 left here.
Yeah, so if the Panthers can make that, make now something of it. Hey, we saw the Matadors come back last night.
Elford's got a receiver. That's Hannibal. Peyton Elford hits Corbin Hannibal right between the 1 and the 4, and he would have been out to about the 45-yard line, and he did not bring that one home. So that's going to be an incomplete pass. Panthers 2nd and 10 from their own 28-yard line. So 2nd and 10 for the Panthers here. And that was a nice pass there by Peyton Helford. He hit him right in the numbers. They hand off on a jet sweep. He's coming to the, that's Trotty. And Trotty slung out of bounds by number 28. That's Cash Zimba. Zimba with a nice play, but not before he picks up about 5 on the play. So it looks like the Panthers have opened up the playbook at this point. So that'll bring up 3rd and 5 from 28. 5:07 left here in the third quarter. Panthers down 21-0. My name is Lance Black, and I'm joined by Hank Diedrich.
Yeah, it's been a wild night tonight.
He hands it off. That is Cohen Blunt. And Blunt, that's going to bring up a 4th down. He's going to be short by about 2.5 yards, maybe 3. So 4th and, well, let's say 2.5, with 4:44 left here in the third.
Let's go, Panthers. Let's make something here. Still in the third quarter, 4:36 remaining.
Helford under center. So he's barking out the signals. I don't know if he hands it. That's Blunt up the middle. Oh, he's got some room. He's off to the races, folks. There we go. Right through the line, and he looks like he's, oh, a nice block there. And no, that's going to come back. Delaney blocked below the waist and made it's a beautiful block in the day, right? But he's got to understand the rules. And that one's coming back. So that's going to rob Cohen Blunt.
He fell down. I saw it on the replay. Galini, if you watch the replay, let's see if we can see it one more time. I mean, unless they call it a trip, you know, we can see it here. So watch as we get down the field. Galini's ahead, and you'll see him go down, and it looks like he gets, you know, tripped up by the turf monster.
Block, they call the block below the waist. And
that's the field.
Yeah, and he can't. He used to be able that back in the day.
Back in our day.
Yeah. And not terribly long ago. But yes, we would. I mean, we would be praised for that block. You know, just high fived. The coaches would, you know, but unfortunately, you can't do that anymore. And Galini's gotta understand that. So.
Yeah, and I mean. Yeah, and we get a touchdown out of it if we don't, you know, make those kind of mistakes.
And I don't even know if he needed to do that because Blunt, believe it or not, I mean, he had enough speed. I know number 15, and who is that? Number 15. That's Isaiah. Uristi.
So no touchdown, no score. The score says 21-6, but they took the touchdown away from us. So now it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Ball's rested to 38. So that's Harvey, number 37, off the left side here. And Harvey, the big boy, he rumbles and bumbles and stumbles for about 4. I'd like to see him get that ball to the outside and a little bit. He gets a 5 or 6. 5. Well, we're going to say 5 on that, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 5. Panthers started this drive at their own 28. They are down to the 37-yard line of the Hawks. They're going to hand it back again to Harvey. Harvey again, and he falls forward inside the 35-yard line. Not going to be a first down. Well, they're going to mark it right at the 35, say his knee was down. And that'll bring up 3rd and 3.
In a 3rd and 3.
So 3:19 left here in the third. Stadium really quiet right now on both sides.
And you can almost just hear us.
Yeah. very interesting. So, like to see that Panther band kick it up a little bit and maybe get us dancing up here in the booth or something, right?
Going, right?
And so Cohen Blunt almost breaks one. He is going to have a first down. That's going to be inside the 30-yard line. In Canyon Lake, this football game is not over, especially if the Panthers can score here. I mean, all it takes, Hank, is a fumbled kickoff or a turnover, quickly, and the Panthers, and it's 21-14, so let's see what happens here.
Well,
First and 10.
Yes.
Yeah. Helford, he's got a receiver. That's Trotty. And again, the second time this drive, boy, he hit Trotty right in the number. Hit him right in the number 5. And I don't know what's going on, but maybe if with the Panther receiver, so stick him or something.
Right.
But yeah, those are 2 critical drops. Corbin Hannibal had one earlier. Trotty had one on this drive just now, and that's Cohen Blunt. Cohen Blunt breaks it again.
Oh, yeah.
And again, the Hawks are probably sick of pulling down big Cohen Blunt.
Taken down by number 1, Jackson Hammond.
So Cohen breaks it off for, a good 9 yards there on 2nd and 10. And that's going to put the ball at the 20-yard line straight up, right in the middle of the field. Panthers on a good drive here. They hand it off again. That's Harvey here to the left side, and they just pick up Harvey, and that's hard to do, and just drive him back.
37, Mason Harvey on the carry.
And let's see, that he does get just enough for a Panther first down, and they're going to pull the chains. So 2 minutes left here in the third. Panthers on a long, nice, methodical drive. Had a couple pass drops in this drive, though. Would have made it a little quicker.
Yes, sir.
But that's okay. They're still driving.
They're still driving. And then we got
and Canyon Lake is going to call timeout.
Yep, they call their second timeout. They'll be down to 1 already, I believe. So
No, that was their first.
Oh, okay.
The scoreboard's got it wrong. The Panthers have called one.
That's right.
And Canyon Lake has called one now. So they both have 2. But yeah. So, what do you the Panther receivers, have been getting behind.
Yeah.
But it's almost like, well, I guess you got to keep throwing the football, though, right? I mean, if you have the opportunity, you when they're that open, even though they're dropping the football, you still, it's, Canyon Lake's getting sucked up, right? And
Right.
So, unfortunately, but
yeah, if we can.
This is the best drive of the night for the
this
Panthers.
is the best drive of the night. You take the positives and don't focus on, the negatives at this point.
Yep.
And just move forward.
That's right. You got to keep going here. And like I said, you score here and then, one turnover away from really changing this football game. So, it's high school football. It's not, this isn't the pros or anything where, when it's 21-0, it's almost like, okay, good night. So they hand it off again up the middle. That's going to be Benish. And Benish is a smaller back. He's usually a little quicker, but not quick enough on that play.
I tell you what, the linebacker that's been in most of the plays tonight has been number 10, Michael Anderson. He's played a lot of, inside football on us, and he's stopped us inside.
He's done very well along with number 33.
Sure.
And they hand it off this time, and that looks like it's Trotty in a couple of plays there.
5, Dylan Trotty on the carry. 22, Jake.
Ever since that Canyon Lake timeout, it looks like they've made some adjustments because they've had 2 plays for the Panthers, and they've only gotten 3 yards. So Guerra in, Trotty in at running back. Corbin Hannibal in, swing man. 48 seconds left here in the third. It's a 3rd and 8. The ball's on the 17-yard line of the Hawks. He hands it off. That's Cohen Blunt. He's up the middle, but he's only going to have a couple. It's not going to be a first down. It's going to bring up 4th down from the 14-yard line. It looks like it'll be about 4th and probably 6, 5.5, 6. And let's see what the Panthers do. They might let this clock run out with only 17. No? Yeah, let's see what Coach Blunt does. Yeah, the Panthers are going to talk it over, which I don't blame them. This is a big 4th down. You know, if you don't get this,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's game, but it's going to be pretty close to
Yeah,
game.
it's right. You're right.
And so the Panthers need this big time. Hank, I'm going to jump into a couple of things going on in Navarro. Let's talk about the Navarro team tennis, right?
All right, go
As we go
for
into
it.
the 4th quarter, tennis off to a hot start. We've been talking about them here the past couple of weeks, and we'll talk about them again here in a very positive light. They go to, Pleasanton comes here. The Panthers get a huge win. They're 8-0 overall, 5-0 in district, and big win there by Kylie Whitlow in the singles, where she won 6-1, 6-1 over just a rock star tennis player. And Kylie kept her off balance the entire match. So shout out there to Kylie Whitlow and the Panthers, the entire tennis team. Cohen Blunt as well had some big wins the other night. Tyler Risky, but shout out to the entire team as well. And but just highlighting a few few ladies and a couple guys there. But yes, great job, Coach Michelle Blunt there for with a big win over Pleasanton, but Coach Michelle Blunt, who coaches our tennis team. So here we go, Hank. 4th down in 5. Ball resting on the 14-yard line of the Hawks. They flip the field. 4th quarter. Panthers down 21-0. What do you do?
Yeah, you've got to just go right at them here.
So Peyton rolls left. He's got a receiver in the back of the end zone. Does he catch it? No. Who is that?
It looked like it was for.
Is that number
4?
Number 4, Caden Chambers.
Yeah, Caden
I
Chambers.
think he had to stretch out a little bit.
Yeah, and the defender just got in front enough, so there's.
But another, and I didn't see it well enough, but I don't know if it was a drop pass or it was a tip pass. But just misfortune there for the Navarro Panthers. So 21-0. And the Panthers give it up on downs. So both teams trade 4th downs. This time they're going to hand it up the middle, and he's got some room. He's got a 1st down, and I think that's Lewis. And he bursts out from the 14-yard line out past the 30.
Perry picked up the 1st down. 3, Evan Rodriguez, and 64, Ian Garcia on the tackle.
So that's going to be a pickup of 17 yards there by Lewis, and I don't know what Lewis has got. But big gain, 1st down, motion here this time. He hands it off on the jet sweep. That's number 7, but played well, but he cuts back, and he does salvage not only a loss, but actually gains maybe a yard and a half.
7 Graham Simpson on the carry.
And that's going to bring up, looks like they're going to give him 2 for 2nd and 8.
Number 11, Matthew Villanueva on the tackle.
Villanueva, and, we did a good job on that, Hank, sealing the edge.
Yeah, we did. Let's see if we can, make something happen here for the Panthers.
So Wheeler, he's rolling to his right. He's got a receiver, number 8. Oh, off number 8, and almost deflected into the Panther defender.
For number 8, Ryder Hopper goes.
And that was number 6, Leckhold. So incomplete pass is going to stop the clock with 10:41 left here in the ball game. Hawks up 21-0, and it's 3rd down and 8 from the Hawk 33-yard line. So Wheeler was on target there, but it looks like Hopper just hit him in the hands and he dropped it. And then there we go. We got some movement from the D line. Hard count. Let's see who they get this time. Looks like the Panthers might have touched. No, they're going to call it on the Hawks.
Full start.
So false start on Canyon Lakes. They're just going to back them up 5, and that's going to be 3rd down now in 13.
Well, let's hope the like we talked about, the Panthers needing to get something positive here. We have to be able to make that happen tonight. So, and we still haven't had too many positive events happen tonight for the Panthers.
Yeah, you'd like to see a big play on defense some here. Let's force a turnover. Let's get a sack, do something positive. On the defensive line, it looks like you've got Guerra, Ledesma, Melton, and Galini at defensive ends. And they're going to hand it again. Oh, no, he doesn't. Wheeler's got the ball. He's got a receiver. He catches it, and he's out of bounds. Let's see who that was. I think the defensive back was Rodriguez, number 3 for the Panthers.
That's complete to number 0.
And that's number 0 again, Harris Gillum.
Well, let's see. Again, that's
Penalty flag on the play.
Oh, penalty
got
flag.
a flag.
So let's see what happened. And that is in the middle of the field. So that looks in the nature of holding, Hank. Maybe against the Hawks here. But a beautiful pass there. Probably one of the best passes of the night I've seen from Wheeler. And it is against legal man downfield, I think.
Called against Canyon Lake.
And that is against Canyon Lake. So that will nullify the first down and back them up even more. The referees checking there with Coach Blunt as they back them up. So that's going to bring up 3rd and a whole bunch. Close to 20, it looks like. Ball's going to rest on the 22-yard line. They've got to make it out to the 41. So jet sweep. Oh, another flag. And, man, Canyon Lake's getting sloppy here, as that's a false start against them. And, boy, they're going back towards Seguin in this one. So it's going to be 3rd and a bus ride to Austin
False start, Canyon Lake.
at this point. So now the ball all the way back to the 17-yard line of the Hawks. Let's see what the Hawks do here. As Hank had to step out for a moment, I think he's checking on some audio issues. Wheeler, he fakes the jet sweep. He throws it deep. He throws it to number 4, and he almost makes a spectacular catch by Williams. That would have been a first down.
Number 4, Carter Williams goes in.
And if we could see the replay on that one. And I'm not sure well, we didn't get a replay. We got the camera looks like but if you saw the play there, it looks like there's a pass straight over the middle, and he had a beeline to nice pass to Williams, but the Hawks will have to punt here. And it is 4th and looks like 23. Blue gloves on the punter, bluish green gloves actually. The ball bounces about the 50-yard line and just dies. So number 3, Evan Rodriguez was back for the Panthers, but it was well in front of him. So that I think is the first punt of the night for the Hawks. And Navarro will take over in Hawk territory with 10:17 left in the game. And again, folks, don't go anywhere, because if the Panthers could strike quickly here and then either get an onside kick or a turnover, they're right back in it. So you do have a 2-point conversion in high school football. So technically, the Panthers could put up 3 touchdowns, still win this football game, 46, and not necessarily tie it. So Helford under center. Ball rests at the 46-yard line of the Hawks. And some confusion. And the Panthers do call timeout here. So another timeout, confusion timeout, it looks like, by the Panthers. As Coach Rod Blunt and the team comes over to the sidelines to talk with Coach. And again, tennis cross country was off this week, folks. They had a bye week, so the runners are resting, but they will be back at it next week. And we'll bring you hopefully some results from the cross country team off to another great start. You know, tennis is playing really well; they're undefeated. The volleyball team is played in the tournaments and played really well. Their record sits at 20-11, and in cross country as well. And our football team right now at 1-1, down tonight, but. You know, we'll be back next week. We will be at Lavernia. The Lavernia Bears. I wouldn't know if I'd call it a rivalry, but maybe an old rivalry. The Lavernia Bears got a solid football team, so that'll be a tough test for the Panthers next week. And then the following week, we'll be back home for the Wimberley Texans. The Wimberley Texans will come into town for the first district game, and we'll always look forward to playing the Wimberley Texans. So, Helford under center at the 46-yard line. He hands it off up the middle, but he's tripped up quickly. A flag flies again. So, game getting a little sloppy now. We've had, I think, a flag on 4 or 5 consecutive plays. So it looks like they're talking to the Canyon Lake coaching staff. Maybe a legal shift. You can't really tell. The ref is, he's confusing tonight because he makes all these hand signals. Oh, well, a chop block, and he's pointing. So it's a chop block against or a cut. So it would be a chop block, and they're explaining this to the Canyon Lake coaching staff because this is a little odd, but they do not seem real happy with the call over there. But you don't see this often, but as a block below the waist, or basically a cut, where maybe they have a lineman engaged above the waist and someone comes down and chops his, and blocks him below the knees. And I think that's the call. We don't have a ref mic tonight, it doesn't sound like, so we don't know exactly who did that or who that was against. But that's going to be, I think, a person.
Waste against Canyon Lake.
It's going to be 15, and that will give the Navarro Panthers a first down. The ball will be all the way down to the 31-yard line of the Canyon Lake Hawks, resting at the Hawk 31. So we are in business. They probably need to move that. The chain gang needs to move those chains. And Peyton Helford's going to keep it. He faked the handoff, but he's going to run up the middle and get a few. It looks like he's going to give out 4, maybe 5.
28 catch the Emba on the tackle.
And that's going to. The clock is now inside 10 minutes here left in the football game. And I'm not sure when the last time the Navarro Panthers were shut out. And I don't think that they will be as they move the ball. They're going to hand it off here to Blunt. And Blunt's going to get close to a first down. So that was 2nd and 6. It's going to bring down to about 3rd and 2, it looks like.
All right, I'm back.
There's Hank. He's back. He's like Superman.
Oh, I wish.
He's flying around and
Yeah, I wish.
and working on some production issues, and then coming back and the man that wears many hats. So there's Benish right up the middle. Benish a smaller back. Let's see, and I think he's actually going to be short, folks, from the spot. That was 3rd down and 2, which is going to bring up 4th down in about 1. And the clock is running here.
Gonna be hard, 4th and 1.
So 4th and 1 for the Panthers. The ball rests at the 22-yard line. They need to make it to the 21-yard line of the Hawks. Hawks make some substitutions. Bring in one new D tackle. So here we go, Panthers. 4th and 1, Helford under center. He's gonna keep it, and looks like he's gonna have it, and he's gonna be down close to the 20-yard line after forward progress, and that's gonna be a 1st down for the Panthers. So nice fake there and return follow there for Peyton Helford, who's run the ball pretty well all season long. Had success with being a running quarterback. Peyton has really thrown the ball fairly well tonight for the most part. But the Panthers here in the second half have had, looks like, around 3 drops. They hand it this time to Trotty. Trotty around the corner. And again, there's Hank's guy. He's got green gloves on tonight. Number 10. And Anderson, Michael Anderson, a big
he's
boy, a linebacker.
Yeah, like I said, he's not. I mean, he's just the one that has stood out tonight. You know, making good, solid tackles, filling the hole, and that's what you like to see from your linebackers. I think this Kenya Lake defense is a little underrated.
No, 2nd down, and he gets a couple. That looks like it was Cohen Blunt up the middle there.
Hey, Cohen Blunt on the carry.
And he's going to get It's going to bring up 3rd, and we'll see. It should be 3rd and about 6.5, maybe 7.
Yeah, 3rd and 6. Yeah, I'd call it 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 from the 16.
Yeah, they're watching. They're listeners to us. The kids in the booth are trying to keep up with us on the 3rd down, so they're the ones putting the markers and everything.
Yeah, the kids are doing a great job.
Yeah.
And there's a pitch. It looks like it's going to be a halfback pass. That's Cohen Blunt. He wobbles in. Does he catch it? Yes, it's Galini.
All right.
It's Galini, but he's not in. His body was in, but the ball was right around the 1-yard line. And, I mean, that was a teardrop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to call that one. That was a teardrop. It hit a couple clouds and fell down, and Galini had to come back for that one, but he caught it.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing tonight. And the ball rests just inside the nose of the football, is on about the 1-inch line. Helford under center. He's going to hand it off. That's Cohen Blunt. That's going to be a touchdown, Panthers.
Woo, family. Oh, my goodness.
So the Panthers avoid the shutout tonight. Cohen Blunt is in. And that was a nice drive, 46-yard drive. Cohen Blunt, 1-yard touchdown run. And that's going to make it 21 right now to 6, pending an extra point. Kick here by Soto, the left footer.
Yeah, the left footer. But, man, I tell you, he's got a leg, too. Watch it when he kicks this thing through, if we could see it.
It's up, and it's good.
Look how far back that thing goes, you know, all the way past the end zone camera. And the Panthers are on the board. Man, just think if some of those mishaps didn't happen, black in the back. We'd right now be a 1-score game right now. I mean, think how much mistakes kill you. And I can tell you already next week, that's going to be one of my keys to the game is, hey, man, don't make those kind of mental mistakes, that we saw tonight. Or this game could have been a lot closer.
Well, and hey, we're an onside kick away from them getting the ball back. So
yeah. And 6 minutes left. That's a tall hill to climb, or mountain to climb, if you want to say it. But I think it's a hill. If we can get that ball back on an onside, we can take that ball and just go right down the field like we just did. You score. Now the next one, I don't know if you're going to be so lucky, but if you get one of these onside kicks, you could really make a game of this.
Yeah, or you get a fumble on the
Right.
kickoff. That would be nice. So back for the Hawks is number 4. That's Carter Williams. And Carter again is probably kicking himself because he fumbled the ball in the first half. He was at the 1-inch
Oh, yeah.
line.
Oh,
He
yeah.
fumbled it out of the side of the end zone,
Right.
which was a touchback for the Panthers. So not only do you not get the points, but the Panthers got the ball. And so I know that's got to be haunting him, and maybe he wants to make up for that. He almost came up with a big catch across the middle for a first down here, but the Panthers played good defense. And so here we go. Craig Hyman lining it up. Vogel was lining it up. Let's see who kicks this. It looks like Blevins or Vogel. It looks like it's going to be Vogel. He kicks it. The ball hits the Canyon Lake player but goes out of bounds. So it was a high kick.
Wow.
It wasn't a squib kick, and I got to assume that was probably a mistake by the kicker of the Panthers, because on that you almost want to, you just want to kick that and squib it and make them pick it up off the ground,
Right.
or bounce off a player or something like that. And that one was a little bit high, and it was towards the sideline a little bit too much. But
They're 35.
so let's see what Canyon Lake can do. Canyon Lake's got the football at their own 35-yard line here, and they can really just, make a methodical drive of this and run the play. So he hands it off, run out the clock is what I was really trying to say there. Hands it off to Lewis. And I haven't mentioned this, but I've known this Lewis kid back when my oldest child, Landry, played football in Little League. So
Wow.
I knew I coached with his dad, Cody Lewis.
No.
I've known Caden Lewis for a long, long time in the Canadian Hawk jersey, and he's a tough kid, and he's proved it tonight. So
That's
he's
for
handed
sure.
off. He's going off to I'm sorry. That's number 5, the quarterback, the
Yeah.
sophomore quarterback. He's going to get it up close to a first down, and it'll bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, Jace Wheeler just really fakes out most of us up here and a lot of the Panther players by pulling that in the mesh. So, good job by Jace Wheeler.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and short from the 44-yard line. Wheeler in shotgun, and he snaps it, and I'm assuming that's going to be on the Panthers because they jumped again, and they touched a couple of them touched the.
They started listening to the quarterback, so that could be a problem.
And that's been a little bit of a problem for both teams this second half. There's been some illegal procedures, and then he's got him to jump a couple times here. Wheeler has. And wait a minute. No.
Oh, false start.
False start.
Hey, we'll take that back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. But then again, we can't hear exactly what's going on the field. And, there's been a rule change here that has occurred, and you can't bark signals. But in this case, that wouldn't hold true from the defensive side of the ball. So Wheeler, jet motion. He's going to hand it this time to 0. He's got some room. A nice block. He's going to follow his blockers. He's still going. That's J.J. Waz, and he's going to reach. It looks like a first down. I don't know. The line judge was pushed completely out of bounds, so I don't know where he's going to mark it. But from our vantage point, it's right in front of us. And it looked like he was he reached the ball over, and looks like it was a first down, but we'll see where they mark that. Yeah, they are going to.
Yeah, let's see.
They are going to push him forward. The line judge does flag him. And Blunt is not happy. I think he wanted maybe another false start. Which, Canyon Lake's played outside of their first drive, they've played fairly sloppy this second half. Lots of penalties. And we got a nice methodical drive down here. First 2 drives for the Panthers were on downs. They didn't have the best field position, but then we did get good field position, and we scored. The Wheeler's going to hand it off. That's Lewis. Lewis fighting his way. And Lewis is the workhorse tonight. And again, my key to the game was stop the run. And unfortunately, the Panthers weren't up for the have not been up for the
Up for the task tonight.
task
yeah.
tonight. No, and that does,
Yeah.
when you get out rushed,
Yeah. And by a team that is not a rushing per se team, they're running out of a spread, and there you go.
you're not gonna have a lot of luck. He
Right.
dumps it out to number 7, and he had a nice play there by the Panthers. I think that was Matt Villanueva along with J.J. Waz. And
Tackle immediately by number 10, Corbin Benish.
okay, Benish, sorry.
Yeah.
On the other side of the field, but nice play there to basically hold the Hawks to no gain. And that'll be 3rd and 4 for the Hawks, as they are melting the clock, though. It's 3:45 and counting, and they 14 seconds on the play clock, and they don't look in any rush to get this one off. Wheeler hands it. That's Lewis. And Lewis, a lot of game, but boy, at the end there was Ledesma, number 72 up there. Boy, he stuck his nose in there.
Oh, wow.
But it's going to be just short of the first down, bring up 4th down. And we're going to have another timeout.
Yeah, we do.
I think that was the Panthers
Yeah.
called their final timeout here.
That's it. We're down to no timeouts.
So 4th down, and well, the chain gang had moved.
Yeah, now
Okay.
they
Now they-
down about what, 1.5? Right at, we'll just say 4.
Yeah, I'd say 1. Yeah, it's right at 1 because they need to get the ball to the
To
45, and they're at the 46. So,
Yeah.
what do you do if you're the Hawks? Do you go for this, or you just punt them and pin them deep and let your defense play?
Well, your defense have been playing well, but you can't give them a big break. I would.
I mean,
think
essentially-
I want to finalize the game. I want to put the game away if I'm the Hawks.
Okay.
I'm gonna take and go for it.
Yep.
I know I stuttered there. Wow.
Well, I mean,
So I'd like to see if you were the Hawks, you would like to see the Hawks take the ball, run the ball, and and get the first down.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to pass the ball. I mean, either way, it's going to stop the clock if you don't make the first down. Because it's a change of possession if you did that. But I'd just run the ball right up the gut. That's what
Yeah.
find the hole.
right. Oh, they're in punt formation.
Yeah,
So,
this
but
could be
you're right, Hank. If they go for this and make this, the game's over.
right.
Because Panthers can't stop the clock for the most part.
And if Panthers score here and get an onside, it could still be a football game.
So Panthers don't have anyone deep. Oh, there's flags. Number 3, the punter with green gloves,
false
Kristen
start.
Alexander. And let's see what this. Another flag, sloppy second half. I don't know how. We had 4 penalties in the first half.
Right.
Be curious to see how many penalties. But that's got to be disappointing for both teams.
Let's see what it was in the first half. We might be able to pull that up right here. You can.
Yeah, there was
we had
4
only
penalties in the first.
total right there.
Yeah, and we've had. I know there was 5 consecutive plays in the second half where we had a flag thrown. And most of them are against the Hawks. So 4th and 6 now, and that's okay for the Hawks because they don't really care. They're punting the football. They would rather. Well, there's a timeout. I was gonna say they would rather drain the clock, but they did call timeout. So
Yes, sir.
really, now the Panthers do have someone back deep here, and it looks like it's Evan Rodriguez, number 3. Can't see his jersey quite from here, but I think that's who. Yes, it is Evan.
Yeah. See what the Panthers could do. It's exciting right here.
So good snap. Kick is up. They got it off. It was a decent kick. He calls for a
Oh.
catch, but he drops it. And the ball's still on the ground. He picks it up, and he's slung to the ground.
Yeah, he can't advance a muff punt himself as
Right.
a runner. He could just fall on it. So they should get it, though. Whereas forward progress, where I thought he retained possession closer to the 15 or 12-yard line. So right there, let's see if the replay shows it here. He muffs it, and he gets possession right at the 14. It should have been at the 14.
Well, if he gets possession, then
Yeah, let's see. And that's where once he gets that possession, so what it showed on a replay, it looks like it was, and we could slow that replay down enough right where he gained possession.
well, and it looks like they've got it right at. Well, let's see. I mean, the refs are a little slower tonight than
Right.
I would like because the second half seems like it's crawled.
Yeah, well, now they're putting the ball. I thought they were moving the
Now
ball.
there was
Well,
he goes. Man, they are calling these block below the waist or these
Yep.
cut blocks, and
Yes,
that's
sir.
the third or fourth one.
right.
So that goes against the Panthers, and that's going to put the Panthers deep in their territory. And man, the Hawks have done really nothing since that opening possession touchdown. So the penalty is going to back the Panthers up, and the ball will rest at the 8-yard line.
Yeah.
So Panthers have to go 92 yards to put this game in doubt for the Hawks. And hey, Trotty went 92 week one on the very field.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you can go now
First down at the 4.
96, right?
yeah, and I know this is probably unconventional, but I mean,
Time out, Canyon Lake.
it's almost like you could put a single high safety out there at the 30-yard line just to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if a run breaks, that
Right, you could stop it. Yeah.
that you could stop it, unless
Or at
he
least slow it
makes
down.
unless he commits and he just jukes him, right?
Right.
But yeah, you never know. Another timeout. This is Canyon Lake's timeout. So Canyon Lake has one left. And I
Wow.
mean, boy, these teams are. Yeah, I understand the Panthers using their timeouts, but
Yeah, Canyon Lake.
I mean,
I don't know.
Canyon Lake, they had plenty of time to get their defense
Right.
ready.
Right.
They had the ball and a penalty, and
You're
but
right.
anyways, yeah. But
Yeah.
hey, they're being safe. A new coaching staff, right?
Sure. Sure.
And coaching them up. And they're, a lot of times when they call timeouts in this situation, they're coaching for the future.
Right.
They're coaching
looking
for the
yeah,
next game or,
You-
or
you
3
got
games.
district in a couple of games.
Yeah.
And that's what you're looking at.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
coaching situational,
Right.
right?
Right.
So
And my feeling though tonight, and I know the game's not over yet, but my feeling thus far is that for both teams, actually, there's been a lot of missed opportunities
Yes.
for both drop passes, those sorts of things.
so motion, and they do hand the ball off. He's tripped up. Let's see who that ball carrier is. A lot of bodies in there. Tough to
Take
see.
on the carry.
That's number 8.
Down by number
Cohen Blunt.
39.
Cohen Blunt. Cohen Blunt getting up a little slow there.
Yeah, a little gimpy there. And like I was saying, missed opportunities. We had several drop passes, several opportunities, players open. It's
Second and 7.
that we are used to capitalizing on, and those are things that we could work on for district play.
So again, they hand it off up the middle, and he's going to be pulled down just short of his own 10-yard line. So very minimal
Gary
gain
on the
there.
carry. He's taken down by number 9.
Panthers are going to have to get bigger chunks than that.
Yeah, and remember, the Panthers do
It's
not
two
have a
third down.
timeout. It's 3rd and 6 from their own 9-yard line. And again, really, they're looking to kind of break that first wave of defenders. Peyton Helford keeps it this time, and he is driven down hard. He tries to go up the middle, but that's number 40, Chandler Cross, and he gave
40 Chandler Cross.
he drove Peyton Helford down in the dirt and makes it 4th down and 6 from their own 8. So Peyton lost a yard on that one.
Yeah, and he really didn't have anywhere to go. And again, I think Canyon Lake's familiarity with the slot T helps.
So Helford on 4th down, he throws it. It's out. It's caught there, and that's Trotty. Trotty's got a bunch of room. And number 21 there by Colt Brown was a heck of a block. At first, I thought, man, that could be a hold out of
He
but-
did his job.
But
and
and then I watched it,
have that
and
one.
he had him inside, so it was a heck of a block. And it sprung Trotty there out to the 32-yard line.
I don't know if we have that on replay, but
That was a
Too late
great.
now.
At first, I was like, well,
Yeah.
maybe he's got a shoulder
Yeah.
pad a little bit, but then I looked at it a little closer, and it was a great block there by Cole Brown. And that's Helford, and he throws it, and that's Galini. And Galini, there's really no separation tonight with Galini. Outside of that one pass, they've tried to hit him a few times, and he's got to come back for that ball, I think.
all right.
Wait on it,
Yeah, you can't.
adjust to the football.
Yeah,
They're not all going to drop in your bread basket,
Yeah.
Hank,
yeah. Right now, yeah, a bread basket would be nice if we can get it there.
So 2nd and 10 And Helford again, he's rolling to his left. He hits Galini. This time he hits him right in the numbers, and he's got a first down out to about the 45-yard line. And
In stride. At that.
in stride, great catch.
First down.
They're in hurry up, so see if the Panthers can get down the field.
110. This time he's going to hand it off. That's Trotty. He's hit. Oh, and he's blasted that time. Oh,
Oh, man, that should
yeah, that
normally
was
draw a flag.
that was to number 15, Isaiah. And
Trotty on the carry.
51 seconds left, and Peyton Helford comes out and spikes it there on 2nd and 9.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah, that was a
you see when a player stands over another player normally, and normally you see
And you
a flag. But I mean, I'm okay with them once they're up. Say,
Right.
these guys do that. That's fine. But not when they're on the ground.
no, and the thing is, he didn't have to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
he made a nice hit, blasted the guy,
Yeah.
but standing over him, that's a different.
Yeah,
That's different. That's just a little bit uncalled for. So,
yes, sir.
50 seconds left here. 3rd down and 9. Helford rolling to his. He's got some pressure. He hits his receiver, but the receiver caught it with his knee on
Yeah.
the ground, and so he's automatically down right there. And again, that's Galini.
So
But they do move into Hawk territory. 34 seconds. Clock running. 4th down. Helford running. He throws it. He's got the receiver. Galini again. And Galini just, boy, he must have heard me talking about him here a little bit. But
Well-
he's got several here.
yeah, that's right.
And boy, the Panthers are moving it down the field. And I think Galini got out of bounds to stop the clock. The Panthers first down to the 39-yard line, Hank, of Hawk territory. So let's see if we can punch it in, because you never know,
That's right.
right?
You never know.
You never know if they could get an onside kick and a Hail Mary. And so Helford again, he's got a receiver. He throws it downfield, and right through the hands, though. Can't see who that receiver is. I know he's got a single digit. Number 7, that's Riley Blevins. And you've got a Hawk down, and it looks like he's hurt.
Oh man.
So this will give the injury timeout will give the Panthers a chance on 2nd and 10 from the Hawk 39-yard line, down 21-7 here. It'll give them a chance to kind of really, call a couple of plays here.
Right. Yeah, it does give them that opportunity.
And I was going to maybe try to pull up some scores here, Hank.
Yeah, I haven't had an update on our ticker yet.
Let's see if I can pull something up here. I've got to reopen this app,
Yeah, they always do that on that.
and just to get anything to read. So the Piper Warriors roughed up the Davenport Wolves tonight. They're 42-7 right now.
Wow, that's
The
not expected.
the Gobblers of Cueros at 61-49, and Peyton Helford launches it. And again, who is
Did he
that?
catch it?
Did he catch that? No, it's incomplete.
Yeah, it was close, but not.
That was Trotty.
Pass intended for number 5, Dylan Trotty, goes incomplete.
New Braunfels Unicorns knock off the Del Rio Rams tonight. Oh, Lavernia Bears. Oh, we go there next week, and they're up. Well, they won 58-0 over San
Oh, wow.
Antonio Highlands.
Yeah. Well,
New Braunfels Canyon down to Alamo Heights by a bunch.
well, Gerald over Caldwell, 30-14 right now.
No,
in
it
the
looks like
fourth.
Trying to hit Trotty again on another screen. 10 seconds left. And
5, Trotty goes incomplete.
it's going to bring up, it looks like a 4th down.
Right. So we have Salado Eagles in our district. They're over Giddings Buffaloes 55-14.
Yeah, and then Wimberley down to Austin LBJ. in Austin, 27-16.
Yeah,
Looks like it says 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So
all right, and they've been the state the last couple of years.
yeah, Austin LBJ is loaded with
Yeah.
talent. I mean, they send kids to D1 schools, you know, and I'm not talking little schools
Yeah.
either. I'm talking big schools. So
Yeah, there's actually 10 seconds remaining here.
10 seconds and we got a timeout.
Yeah, the last time out.
Jeez.
Like you said, they're still coaching them up over there.
They
at
are.
Canyon Lake. And you know, Sinton in the region, they're beating Alice Coyotes 42-12. And so Divine is beating Natalia. That used to be a really big rivalry between those two.
Oh, there's a good one. The
Oh,
Taylor Ducks are tied at 22-22 with Laga Vista, man. They got beat last week, and they are in a dogfight again this week. So
All right. Yes, sir.
Smithville down big to LaGrange, 45-7. And the Floresville Tigers are 0-3. San Antonio McCullum Cowboys 35-7 over the Floresville Tigers. So that was the looks like it's gonna
Fourth and almost 10.
and the Panthers split out. Looks like Blevins and Galini. Peyton Helford rolls to he hits, but he drops it. That's Galini. Galini had to come back for that. Helford hit by number 2, Jackson Ammons, right as he let it go. But that's going to be the ball game.
That's it, folks.
All Canyon Lake needs to do at this point is put a knee on the ground, and it is night. That's going to put your Navarro Panthers at 1-2 in a 2-game losing streak right now, going to Lavernia next week. So
yeah, Lavernia is going to turn out to be a very tough team, that's for sure. And Panthers just have to, you know, keep looking at some of the positives that you have here, and build on those, and shore up some of the things that you know you can control. That's for sure. And that's always been my pet peeve: control what you can control, and everything else will fall in place. You know.
yes, yeah, not the way the Panthers dialed it up tonight, but that is it.
Yep, that's
The
it.
final tonight here from Irwin Lee Field here in Geronimo, Texas, Navarro High School. Your Navarro Panthers fall for the second week in a row, 21-7 to the Canyon Lake Hawks. So that is that is a wrap. You know, here from at least from the ball game. We're going to do a quick post-game show here tonight. Get Scott Kibbe on for some final stats and some thought about what he saw tonight and what he looks forward to next week in Lavernia.
Yeah, we'll see what he has, and we'll have some of the sights and sounds here of the end of the game here, and but we'll be right back. You're watching Navarro Panther football on the Panther Network. We'll be right back.
This way to the battle.
All right, we're back here for the post-game show here from Irwin Lee Field here in Geronimo, Texas, here at Navarro High School, where the Panthers fall tonight for the second game in a row, 21-7, here to the Canyon Lake Hawks. My name's Lance Blackburn. I am joined here by Hank Dieter, and we're going to be joined here by Scott Kibbe here for the post-game show, final stats and numbers and whatnot. But Hank, we're going to talk about the player of the game here real quick before Scott gets in here.
Yeah, we'll go
and
ahead.
he can chat about it as well. But I think it's going to go to the Canyon Lake running back here, number 25. I'm not sure what his stats are, but Caden Lewis. He's a senior running back, 5'9", 155. And I know in the first half he had 72 yards. Not sure what he had in the second half, but he had to be pushing 140, 150, something like that. So
Well, yeah, that's our player of the game is number 25 at Canyon Lake.
Caden Lewis.
Caden Lewis.
Shout out to his dad and good family over there, Cody Lewis.
All right, Scott is joining us now, and hopefully he's got all the stats for us. So, all right, Scott, go for it.
All right, for Canyon Lake, 15 first downs, 37 rushes, 201 yards, 68 passing yards on 7 out of 16 attempts, no interceptions, 2 punts, 29.5 average, 1 fumble and did lose it, 8 penalties for 55 yards. You were talking about Lewis. He had 24 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown. Wheeler was 7 for 16, all the passing for Canyon Lake. Receiver for Canyon Lake was Hopper, 4 catches, 29 yards. For the Panthers, 12 first downs, 44 rushes for 151 yards, 92 passing yards on 7 out of 19 attempts, no interceptions, three punts, 46.7 average, no fumbles tonight, 6 penalties for 50 yards. Leading rusher was Blunt, with 17 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown. Telford, 10 carries, 33 yards. All the passing for Navarro, except for one pass, was by Telford, 6 out of 18, 77 yards, and then Blunt, 1 out of 1 for 15 yards. No interceptions for either. Leading receiver for the Panthers, Galini, 5 catches, 60 yards, and Dylan Friday, 1 catch for 24 yards, and Brown had 1 catch for 8 yards.
What was our rushing? We had 44 carries for
151.
151. Okay. Yeah. That tells the story, folks, right there.
Yeah.
201 rushing yards for Canyon Lake and 151 for the Panthers.
And what did the Panthers ended up with the passing again?
92 on 7 out of 19.
Okay. And then
So the total yards for Canyon Lake, I'm trying to-
269.
9. Yep.
oh wow, 269.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, still not a lot, not something to write about.
No.
And for the Panthers, their total yards ended up being
243.
243. And so, and the first downs is a big number too, because I see Canyon Lake had a large number of first downs compared to the Panthers. How many was that?
No,
15, but it,
yeah.
15.
I'm sorry.
12.
15 to 12.
Oh, okay, I
A
thought
lot,
it was
a lot of that really evened out late though, with the
Yeah.
last Panther drives when Canyon Lake was backed up.
yeah.
That made those, I think,
And-
the numbers less of a gap between.
Yeah, it made it look
Right,
a little
and-
closer than it
And our
was.
turnovers. So I'm going back over this. I'm trying to really reel this in. So turnovers for the Canyon Lake Hawks is only down to one.
Just had the one.
Yeah.
Just had the one on that fumble
On the-
in back of the end zone. And
Penalties were pretty even. 50,
Yeah, they-
5 and 50, and
it was really second half. They only had one penalty at halftime, but had 7 in the second.
yeah,
half.
that yeah,
Canyon
but
Lake, really,
Canyon Lake had a sloppy second half.
yeah, very
They scored that first touchdown, and it's almost like they mailed it back to
Yeah.
to Canyon Lake and went,
Yeah.
to
And the
Fisher,
Pan-
Texas.
And the Panthers, as far as turnovers go, tonight.
Yeah, having no turnovers tonight.
Right.
That is definitely a positive.
Yeah, so we have
Yeah.
to take that in stride. That's definitely for sure. So
No, I mean there were some positives for the Panthers tonight. I mean, the pass defense seemed much better.
right,
And we I'm not again. You give up 201 yards to a spread team.
right.
Yeah.
Your chances of winning aren't really high, especially when you only get 151 in your slot T team.
Yeah.
So
I think there were some adjustments made
Yeah.
in the game. It was just too late to really make a difference after the third Canyon Lake touchdown, and just with the offense still struggling, still just shooting themselves in the foot.
Right.
That's what's frustrating. You
Right.
know, like to see what they could do if they can get in a rhythm, and like you talked about, consistency.
yeah, consistency. I mean, that's the big thing right now with this football team. I mean, when you're struggling, when you're getting beat, you're not playing complimentary football. When your offense, you can score a touchdown, then your defense gets a stop, and then your special teams is playing well. It's kind of all discombobulated at this point, and yeah, and I think that's what you really got to strive for going next week into Lavernia, because Lavernia, they put up 58 tonight. I know they didn't play the best football team, but
Right.
they're going to have a lot of confidence at home.
Right. Exactly. So,
So
so now looking towards Lavernia, you already mentioned Lavernia. I think we need to look at what we can do.
yeah,
What we can do to make ourselves better and not worry about what so much Lavernia does. What we do, what
Yep,
we can do
that's
to
right.
get better. So I mean, but
right.
again, you're going to have to stop Lavernia.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
no
you gotta-
doubt.
we talked about this earlier. Lavernia's got a 6'4" receiver that can probably score on every play, if according to the Cuero coaches. So, they're going to have their hands full on the defense again, and they got a quarterback that can throw it. So, but we haven't really we didn't struggle too much tonight with the pass.
Right.
Defense. It was the running the football. So
Yeah, and not being able to sustain drives
Yep.
because you're not getting that at least 3.5 yards
and
that you need, per carry at the
Right.
very least.
it's the big plays, right?
Right.
Yeah, it is, and it's the opportunities have been there. They're receivers dropping passes,
Right.
missing them when they're open, and if you go back, as we were talking in the other booth, if you don't have that penalty if Blunt's touchdown stands, this thing might get interesting.
Yep.
I mean, the momentum was starting to come your way, and
Right.
yeah, maybe Lavernia would, or excuse me,
Canyon
Canyon Lake had backed off a little bit, but I think what you have to keep emphasizing the team. Guys, we're inches away. We're almost there. We're just letting something go wrong, or something's going wrong on us, and we just got to keep correcting those things. We just got to keep focusing on eliminating those mistakes and eliminating all the all the things are just showing through your inexperience, and you can get there, and you can,
Yeah,
whatever happens with the next 2 weeks, you can build some confidence in these games.
that's right.
You can just
Right.
do some things right.
Well, there you have it. That's another one that, that Panthers, we've seen this in the past. We've seen them overcome, and I'm still going to stay positive no matter what.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think, yeah, we're still talking a very young team and
Right. Right.
still
Yeah.
some games left. So
All right.
That's right.
Well, we'll go ahead and wrap this show up. Scott Kibbe, now where can they reach you? Tell everybody out there.
SeguinGazette.com or pick up the paper. It'll be game story will be in Sunday's paper, and we'll have the game preview for next week on Wednesdays.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Scott Kibbe, for all you do, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Well, Lance, I guess you're going to take us home, and we're going to get out of
I'm
here.
gonna
We got
take us home.
students
We're gonna
that
get out of
wanna
here.
Go home, and,
Yep.
and we got a lot of equipment to put up.
That's it. Yep. Well, you've been watching the Navarro Panther football here on the Navarro Panther Network. Again, my name's Lance Blackburn. I'm joined by Hank Dieter here, and hope you enjoyed the telecast tonight. Maybe wasn't the outcome we wanted exactly, but it's always fun to bring it to you, sometimes to your living room. Maybe you're watching it on your phone and whatnot. But the Panthers lose tonight. They're 1-2, going to Lavernia. Join us next week at Lavernia, the Lavernia Bears, right up the road here. Should be a good one. Pregame at 7, kickoff at 7:30. God bless and good night.
Good night, y'all.
Wow.